Finally, the weekend again. Let's see what's been happening.
Oh my God, Cog, you keep responding to tweets on Twitter saying that you're not a cook through the accusations that you're a cook. That just proves that it's more true. This is how stupid this whole thing is. Welcome to drama, you sad fucks that love this. I tried to stay away from drama on my show. I tried to obviously cover cop stuff and crazy videos on the internet, and that's kind of what we do, like a clip show. You're a pussy. I put my video up because Hef bullied me to because he rushed me in to do it. Fuck you. You rushed it. You didn't ask questions. Didn't come to me and ask. Now I've got to do this fucking show to fucking clarify this. My Twitter is filled with 100 fucking tweets of me having to correct a load of morons that have jumped to conclusions based on nothing that came from where? One source. EarJuice's pissing video.
Oh dear. Cog, you silly goose. What the fuck? Why did he do that? Oh no. Oh, let's do it. Fun times. Fun times. Oh, whoops, I played that to some people who are still part of the COD community. That wasn't on purpose. Anyway, welcome to EJAS. I hope everyone's doing well. I feel like arse because people were ringing me up at 1 o'clock in the morning. They're disputing that it was that late, but that's fine. Anyway, I guess everybody knows why we are here. We have got a Scooby, Terra, and Burnside on the stream. Scooby has finally turned up. They were running late because they had to have dinner. Not because they're scared or anything like that. So, let's go through a few things and then we're going to get them in. Today, you may notice that we are streaming on Bitwave because we go to Bitwave, which restreams using their service for free. It was in the chat, but it wasn't very active, so... and the YouTube chat seems to be working. I don't know, it was kind of broken. If you want to go to the Bitwave chat and use emotes and all of that, the link's in the description. You don't need to log in. Anyway, we need to talk about call-ins for the show and donations. Most donations will be read out when they're posted. Off-topic questions may be moved to the Q&A segment and asked prior to call-ins. So just so you know, if you're wondering where did that donation go. As far as call-ins, you may notice that none of us are in my Discord server. We are not there. There is no one there. We are, in fact, in a brand new server. The link will go out in the YouTube and Bitwave chat when we get to call-ins. And according to the stipulations, Leaf, AP, and Geek are not allowed to call in as part of what Scooby said because of legal matters. He will probably, hopefully, explain it. You'll get the chance when we get there to ask one question. It can't be multi-layered. You'll get a response. You can make a follow-up statement, and then you will be gassed. Statements and silly shit will get gassed way before you even get to that point. You can always try and line up again for a follow-up question, but that's not until they feel that they've gotten all of their points across that they want to. Now, of course, there is no way we're going to be able to cover every single accusation and point of all the Scooby law. That's too hard. That's what the call-ins are for. I got way too many things open to constantly reading chat today. So if I skip some of your personal grievances, feel free to call in. I'm going to apologize now. For those people that don't know who Scooby is, Terra, Burnside, all of that, we're going to do a basic rundown of the law. Rather than me reading it, I'm going to pass it over to EarJuice, the dramatic reading version of EarJuice. Let's have a listen. Oh god, my hands are shaking today and everything. Ugh.
The Scooby Law. A basic rundown. Dramatic reading by EarJuice.
It was February 2018, and Leaf was having her birthday stream. Scooby asked GCV, who Scooby had on his stream, to get him on that birthday stream because Aiden Paladin and Bunty King were on there. And Scooby was mad, clout chasing, trying to get his streaming thing started. GCV said he would try, but Leaf said no. GCV told Scoob, Leaf said no, and Scoob flipped his shit, claiming GCV didn't keep his word. They had a business arrangement, and he deserved everything because he was a delicious little shit who reneged on their business deal to get on a stream. Now, from Scooby's point of view, this is not how it started and was only part of the problem. And it was actually because men from the community wanted to have gay sex with him, causing complications. I guess we'll have to ask Scooby to clarify. Anyways, from here, other people started giving their opinions, or were talking with Scooby, attempting to help the situation, and sides were taken. From here, Scooby started sending messages or recordings, or was on streams making what many perceived as threats.
The best estimate is that 40 people within the community feel that they have received a threat from Scooby. This, of course, upset more and more people, which in turn increased the amount of perceived threats sent out. Scooby just claims, however, that this was just warning people, and admits that he can be an arsehole, but never threatened anybody. Scooby also points out that he was just trying to protect his mother, who has received harassing phone calls on more than one occasion. He also claims that people like Leaf, AP, and Geek, and a few others, have broken federal laws and has attempted to go to the FBI with the receipts that he has collected. Within some of the perceived threats or warnings, and within videos and streams with Scooby talking, he has made many claims about his IRL life, his affiliations, and heritage. This has now all been questioned, and we will also go over some of these claims tonight. Now, throughout the whole saga, Scooby has lost many online friends, but Terra Synn and Burnside have stuck with him and think that the community of violent masturbating Maoists who live in their mother's basements are harassing the three of them, along with Scooby's family. There are also some IRL claims made against Burnside and his motorbike gang affiliations, and against Terra that she has been unfaithful to Burnside. In the end, the three of them are coming on EJAS tonight to give their version of events, show receipts, and talk about the claims and accusations made against them. The important note is that they just want to be left alone, to be able to stream and make video content without the constant trolling and harassment. Here's hoping that tonight's stream brings us closer to that goal. Back to you, EarJuice.
Thank you, dramatic reading, EarJuice. That was good. No, you did well. Anyways, enough of that. I think we are going to get everybody else on the stream. Introduce everyone. Just so you know, our co-hosts today are Stretch, of course, because his name is in the show, and Jeff Fader and Hephaestus. Let's get him in. Oh, I really wanted to play the end of that Terminator song. God, it's so good. It's so good. But no, we're going to pause it. We're going to pause it. Let's go in. Hello! And welcome to EJAS, everybody!
Were you talking to yourself in that video?
It sounded like...
Yes,
It's so fucking dumb. It's so dumb.
Well, that's
Jesus.
that's my thing. I usually start out with something that's really goofy, and then so today it was dramatic reading near Juice.
Jesus.
I didn't want to read all that out on stream. There's a lot of hard words, so like
At least you can
Maoist.
sing it.
Well, that's true. I could have done it.
And you fucking still mispronounced it.
Yeah,
Words
I know.
are hard.
I know words are hard.
Say duplicitous. Say duplicitous. Mumble fuck illiterate.
It's Burnside's
Half
fault.
cast.
It's Burnside's fault because he was saying that behind the scenes. So I wanted to use his language correctly. So I had the violent masturbating Maoists, which was hard. and
What the fuck?
duplicitous. That's it. Anyway, how are you guys doing? I hope you're well.
Yeah, you know.
I think everyone.
I'm doing good. I'm just drinking some cider.
Oh, that's good. What? You're playing games instead of.
I'm Jeff Fader.
I'm Jeff Fader.
No, I said drinking cider.
Let's bring on our other guests that are muted at the moment. Burnside, how are you doing? I see that you are not muted, sir.
Hey, I'm doing alright. How are you doing?
Yeah. I wish I slept more, to be honest. And it's really hot.
Oh, I
It's
feel
fucking
ya.
hot today. Tara, you there? How you doing?
I'm here. It's just we're in close quarters, so I'm just muting myself when I'm not talking.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. And Scooby, how are you doing, sir? Did you have a good dinner?
Thank you for asking.
Oh, you are roboting a bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can
Instead
work
of
that
muting
out.
and unmuting yourselves, try to use push to talk.
That could work. That could work.
I'm basically just flipping the on-off switch on my equipment.
Yeah. All right. Well, so if you had something to say. So Scooby, Terra and Burnside, we're gonna just ask you a bunch of questions. You'll have time to go through some of your stuff as well. Let's, I guess, go into it though. How did this all start out? Like, all the drama with the rest of the community, in your own words. Hopefully, one of them starts talking.
No, sorry. It's a new computer. I'm trying to get used to it. All right. There's a lot of, I guess, facets to this. It's really complicated. I'm trying to think of the best place to start. I could basically ramble on about this and go in a lot of different directions. Why don't you guys basically ask me exactly how you want me to lay this out for you?
God damn, I'm still trying to get my brain to work this morning. So, well, people say that it's from the GCA complications and you trying to get on Leaf's birthday stream that kicked off all of the drama.
Well, a lot of that is that people. All right, what happened with GCV was, there's a lot of complications with GCV himself. Why he was streaming with us, why he came on. Basically, we were originally streaming with this girl named Sylvanas Dark Angel, and there was a lot of complications with her on the stream, and she wound up leaving the stream, and she sent GCV and a few other people, and she told us that they were going to be streaming with us also. Now, this was her stream, and she put myself and the next 6 minutes in charge of it when she left. So I had only been streaming at this point, I think, for maybe 2 or 3 months. You have to remember, I've only been doing this this past Halloween for it was 2 years. So I'm new at this point still. And I said, okay, sure.
Is this the
right? I said, okay, sure.
Leading up to the beef?
You started roboting a little bit.
You hear it?
All right. Sorry about that.
We can still hear you.
So,
it's pretty good. So just keep talking.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. So, so we had GCV on our stream, and he said he was going to help us try to grow the stream a little bit. Now, I understand that I've obviously learned it at this point, there's this whole little community that me and Burnside accidentally joined into. We weren't aware of it at the time, and so we didn't exactly know what we were dealing with, what we were going to be talking to, or who we were going to be talking to, and that sort of thing. So it was really confusing at the time when all this stuff started going on. But we were basically looking to just try to get onto streams to get people to attend the Mother of All rallies. We had went to the first one in DC, and we were looking to get people to come to the next one, the follow-up, because Burnside and I had made a lot of connections while we were there. And so we started talking to a lot of these other YouTubers.
Yeah.
And GCV had gotten introduced to us, and he had said, yeah, I can get a lot of these different people on here, and you can, we'll talk to them. And, I said, okay, cool. He started bringing people around. I didn't know who any of these people were at the time. Again, I'm not familiar with YouTubers at all. So, to give you an example, he brought on one kid, and the kid did have a substantial amount of followers.
All right, well, yeah, we got that. So you let GCV on your stream, and then there was supposed to be a business arrangement that you were supposed to, then he was going to get you onto Leaf's birthday stream. Is that correct?
No, that's not exactly what it was. what it was he had come on the stream and he said, look, let me use the stream to promote all of these other things I got going on. And he said, I got this bigger stream coming up.
Yeah.
He said, and I'll get you on with these people and you can talk about what you want to talk about. I said, okay, sure, no problem. So he comes up to me and he kept bringing on these different people. And then he had brought on Leaf at this one time and we had Leaf on. And it was a very interesting stream, to put it mildly. And so from there, we were doing other things. And he said, okay, I got you on the stream that's going to be for that girl Leaf's birthday that we had, that you had on. I said, okay. And he said, there's going to be all these other bigger YouTubers. He said, you'll be able to talk to them and you'll be able to, advertise about more and, you'll be able to get it out there and you'll be able to get people to come. I said, okay, sure, no problem. So he was causing a lot of trouble at this point. And I was fighting with, I don't want to say fighting, but I was like arguing with a lot of other people. And even arguing might be too strong a term. People just didn't like this kid. So I said, look, he's putting in a lot of work. He's got a lot of problems. At the time, I was under the impression this guy was like 35 years old. He was coming out of a bad divorce. He had a lot of problems. He was suffering from PTSD. I mean, this kid sold me a really good tale. I admit that. I didn't really bat an eye because who the fuck comes up and tells people all this crazy shit, So I said, okay, sure, no problem. Whatever, kid, you're having it bad. I'll deal with you. So it was, I had been dealing with this kid at this point, and he was a real pain in the ass. So the day comes to the stream. So he says to me, okay, I got you on for the stream. I said, okay, cool. He said, so here's what you're going to do. He goes, you're going to come on and you're going to say, you got like 15 seconds. You can say happy birthday to her, say hello to everybody, and you can leave. And I'm like, he sends me the link. I'm like, you know what? I'm good.
Was it 15 seconds or 15 minutes?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
How many times you read that to you?
Yeah, he kept saying over and over, like we were gonna go on and get like a lot of airtime, and then he's like, yeah, you got like 15 seconds.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, yeah, nah. I'm like, nah, you know what? I'm good. He's like, but this is what you wanted. I said, no. He's like, I got you with all these YouTubers. I'm like, I don't know any of these people. Like, I didn't know what he and I like had not really, I guess, we had a bad miscommunication.
Yeah.
I was looking to talk to people like about real political things and about current events and that sort of thing. And he was bringing me all these like people I had no idea who they were. And the problem was at the time, like when we had gotten approached to start streaming, a lot of the people who we were streaming with, we didn't realize it was just because it was, I guess, popular at the time. They were all pretending that, I don't want to say pretending, but they weren't into, as hard as me and Burnside were, trying to like go to these different rallies and get people, going to like DC and to, come to like New York and Chicago. Yeah, that.
But where's the problem? Like, where was the drama actually created? Was it because of that miscommunication?
Me and him had an argument about that, and we stopped talking for a while, and that was it. And so this is where the thing with GCV gets bad. This is why everyone gets mad at me, and they can understand this. So me and him stopped talking for a while. And then I had a bit of a falling out about a month or two later, maybe 3 months later. I didn't look at the calendar, I'll be honest. With me and Sylvanus had a falling out maybe 3-4 months later. And I hit this kid up because I knew how close they were. And, I'm hollering at him. I'm like, look, this girl, she's fucking nuts. She blocked me on everything. I'd like to talk to her, this, that, and the third. And so he tells me he's not streaming or doing nothing anymore. And he's telling me he's, this sob story and everything. And he basically told me that he was dying. So I've lost a lot of people. So, Terra has access to my account. She could show you the screenshots of the conversations I was having with the kid. He tells me he's dying. So I immediately forgave him for the thing with Leaf. So I started checking on this kid every day. I was trying to call him to make sure he was okay. And so I started, trying to communicate with him as much as I could because he said people weren't talking to him as much. And, he said he didn't have that much time left or whatever. So I started hitting him up as often as I could. So I'm going to sleep early one night, and Tara's got the helm of the stream because she's streaming with us at this point. And this kid comes on and he's fried to the fucking gills. And he's been drinking and he's been doing drugs. And he's acting like an asshole. Now, this is the thing. He's telling me this whole sob story is he can't touch anything because of how weak he is and whatever. And he was out partying. I heard this the next day and I felt like a fool and I went fucking ballistic. And the first thing I did was I hit him up about that stream with this broad, with Leaf. Because the thing of it was, you know, he had his, you know, panties in a twist because I, you know, yelled at him about the stream with her. I was hot about it at that minute. I got over it by the next day, maybe 2 days later. I was pissed off at the kid more than it was the principle of it. So when I had hit this kid up, I still hadn't talked to him. But Leaf, he was. I just think Leaf didn't matter that much to begin. I'm sorry?
You get your start again, so you got cut off.
Oh, I got cut off?
Yeah, it comes
you
back.
cut out.
It came back. It's not.
All right, sorry about that.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
All right.
So I hit the kid up after everything had happened with Leaf, and when he told me he was dying, I forgave him. You know, I didn't want to dwell on that, and so I was checking up on him, whatever. And then the thing happened with Terra, and I yelled at this fucking kid. You know, and I hit him up, and he doesn't respond to me. So I wait about a week later, and I hit him up again. And so this fucking kid, to bust my balls, he throws something up in my server, and it says, my stream with my friends. And I look at this thing, and I had a bad mood. I think it was Friday. I'd just come in. It was the end of the week. I see it, and I'm like, oh, this fucking prick. So I hit him up. I'm like, yo, you're out of my server. And I throw him out of the server, and he goes, what's the matter? And I say to him, what, you mean when I lost it on him?
Yeah, you lost.
Well, yeah, I mean, I got fucking angry at him. I just told him, I said, if I ever fucking see you, I'm going to blind you or something like that. And that's when these fucking people are fucking ballistic. And I don't know if you understand, I guess you caught by now the way I talk.
Yeah.
You know, now this is the thing I found out later on. This kid had been lying to me about being 35 and divorced and ex-military and all this shit. Turned out he was like 19 or some shit, and he was some weirdo kid that lived in casinos or something. I don't fucking know. So... You know, and people are getting lunatics about it. So I even when I'm talking to Tyro about it later on air, I told him, I said, yeah, look, you know, this fucking kid came at me like he's married, you know, he's got like a kid that's high school age, you don't see or some shit. I mean, this kid was selling me a fucking yarn. This is the thing, I took it with a grain of salt. Yeah.
Wait, did you just tell him that you were going to blind them, or did you look him up?
No, he'd already told me he lived out in the desert or some shit. So about a week or two later, again, to be an asshole, I kept fucking with him. You know, a week or two later, I hit the kid up to fuck with him. Just because I was fucking still a little bit honked off, and I seen he was around, and this kid didn't hit me back up. I took this shit personal. You know what it is? Where I'm from, hold on, let me finish really quick, bro. Where I'm from, people talk like this to each other. We don't fucking run off and hide. Somebody says to me, yo, Scoop, I'm going to bust you in the fucking mouth. I'm going to hit him up. I'm going to be like, you going to buy me dinner first, sweetheart? What's the matter? You know, this is how people around here talk. So, again, I'd only been doing this for a month or two. And, you know, when they had told me about how this kid was hyperventilating and shit afterwards, and I thought, you know, I had said jokingly, I had pictured this kid, you know, hyperventilating in a bag. Shit, I'd said to him, like, you know, he really was hyperventilating. I'm like, you're kidding me. They're like, no, he really was. I'm like, well, I'm not going to fucking leave New York to go get this kid over this stream and shit. I was fucking pissed off that he lied about, you know, dying. And they're like, no, he's really fucking scared of this shit. I said, all right. So that's why I said it on the air a couple of times. I said, you know, look, I lost my fucking temper over this shit. And then they had the kid on the air, and he was, you know, all upset. I'm like, oh, Jesus, this kid's a real, you know, daisy. So I said, look, I'm not going to hurt this fucking kid. Seriously, I had lost my temper because the kid lied about dying. They were like, no, it's the stream with Leaf. I'm like, I'm cool with the stream with Leaf. It has nothing to do with that. Fucking, this kid lied about dying to me. He knew I buried a lot of people. And it was the fact of the matter is, you know, he did this because he thought it was funny, and I lost my temper on him. And I told a lot of people, look, if this kid's that upset about it, I said he doesn't have to worry. And I'll be honest, I think I don't even think I've had any fucking contact with this kid since then.
Okay, well, we get the point of it. This is a clip of you talking about GCVA back at that time. Let's have a quick look.
Yeah, go nuts.
While I try and sort out some other stuff.
do this shit for us. Get that through your goddamn head, you two fucking morons.
First of all, you did not ask me. It was my birthday stream. Something I planned out a month in advance. And I had a...
Well, then you should have told him. You should have a problem with him. You should have said to him, he shouldn't go out and bargain that shit. This is how he approached me. This is on your boy. This ain't on me. Your boy fucking did a bad business deal, and he rigged on that shit. I shouldn't have to explain this shit.
Talk to me about it. He said he would try. I said...
And he failed. He came in with one thing and he switched it to another. It went from me being on the stream to you got 15 seconds to come in and make a commercial.
So
that's the fucking difference.
So that means he should be blinded in the streets now by your thumbs. because he wouldn't invite you. Because he wouldn't.
Now, GCV's telling me you're gonna be on the stream. You're gonna be one of our guest slots. Comes to the fucking day, he turns around and tells me, you got like 15 seconds. You could come in, say hello, and you gotta get out. That's not the same thing we agreed on. That's the fucking problem. That's it.
If that's the case, then why are you so pissed off that she wasn't getting you on with big people?
Because it's fucking principle, Schmeckle. I'm getting to that. This fucking kid, you don't make a you don't say something to somebody and then go back on your word. It's all about that. That's my fucking problem with GCV. I don't give a fuck what your opinion is, fool. You came out here on your own fucking accord. Go fucking get fucked. Go have sex with a beach umbrella. Go sodomize yourself, you dirty fucking hard-on. No one fucking cares, Politipod. Get it through your fucking head.
He's fucking 19 years old and you're trying to blind his thumbs in public? What the fuck is wrong with you? For internet beef. Internet beef. Oh my god. Jesus Christ almighty. Fucking autistic fuck.
What is your
searched
problem
for
with
it
autistic
and posted it for
people, you
malicious
little slimy
intent.
shit? You know, you keep saying shit about autistic people. What's the matter with you, you little piece of shit? You got a problem with people with autism?
Sure. I think they should all be gassed. Why not? Let's go with that. Is that going to make you feel better about
say
yourself
that
since
about
you want to
everyone
blind a
who can
19-year-old
also.
kid? I got a problem with a fucking 50-year-old man who comes online and says that they're going to blind a fucking 19-year-old.
Alright, let's pause it there. So yeah, I think... can you understand why people were starting to get a bit pissed off with you after that?
Nah. I'm being sincere. I mean, I think I laid it out for them at the time what my problem was. And this is before. Now you got to remember this.
Well, let me ask you something real quick, because this is what doesn't make any sense to me. Because you said you're pissed off at him because he lied to you about him being 35 and going through a divorce, and then he's dying and he's withering away and he can't do anything, but he comes on the stream and he's all fucked up on shit. You let the stream thing go because that doesn't matter. What was pissing you off was that he was lying to you about this whole entire fucking fake persona that he built up. You never fucking mentioned the persona.
Lying about dying. That's the thing I was annoyed about.
Well, you never mentioned that anywhere. This is the first I've heard of it.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
what do you mean good?
Burnside of Terror, do you have any receipts to show for that? That GCVA was talking about him dying? Stuff like that? You did give me something.
He's mentioned a couple of different occasions, but most of that was over voices. Like, we didn't actually like type that to each other. This is like when we talk after we get done with the stream.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, you're on this stream here. We just heard it, where you're pissed off at him because he didn't,
No, like I'm saying, like this is something we discussed after the show was over. It's something we never really made public because, something like that you normally don't make public. You don't make videos about it, let alone attempt to let that
catch somebody from completely being a fraud. That's absolutely what you make videos about.
No, I'm talking about like him having all those conditions and stuff and so on.
Well, you found out that he didn't. That's where you're pissed.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we never really got like sit down and do much of it because it just got him from left field, and he got royally pissed off about it. And then he told me about this, and it was in a bit of a state of disbelief because I was like, naturally, I believe everyone's not a shithead.
Yeah, but then you're complaining about not getting on the stream, and instead of being like, "Yo, this fucking asshole's been lying to me this whole time."
Right. Yeah, because that was the immediate thing at that point in time. The thing with Scoobie and I is we will talk at length about the series of things, though.
What? But you're not. But you're talking to other people, and they're bringing up what's the issue here? Why are you threatening to blind this kid?
Sodomize
your
yourself.
only point of point of contention, not your main point, your only point of contention, is that he wasn't true to his word about getting you on this stream.
I don't understand what the problem is. You've wondered why I didn't follow through on this?
You just went through this whole backstory this entire time you've been talking.
Right, but I'm saying you wanted me to do
what else? Relationship with this guy and how he's telling you he's going through these grievances. He's a 35-year-old man. He's going through a divorce. He's dying. That's what you. So you start going at him because he told you he basically motherfucked you on a stream. Getting on a stream, and he goes,
okay, I'm not understanding the question. Withering away. What else do you want? Because I yelled at the kid, and that was it. I just finished saying I said my piece to him, and that's it. I don't understand what else there is.
You just told us.
Right, and I said he's aware of it. He's aware of it, so that's it. What else was I supposed to do? I'm not following. What kind of video about this kid or something?
No,
why?
That's when the same exact thing is brought up later on. The same thing. What's your issue with this guy? Why did you threaten to blind this kid?
Because I was pissed off.
Why wouldn't you answer with what you just said a couple minutes ago instead of...
Well, for one, we're having a conversation, probably, a year or two later. Perspectives probably changed. The issue was hot at the time. They were all asking directly about the previous shit, so it's probably why the conversation went in a different direction. We're looking back on it. In hindsight, it's 2020. Yeah. Being honest with you, at the time, my blood was completely hot about it. Like I said, I was mad at the fucking...
All right.
At this point, I really don't
Maybe my timeline's fucked up. Maybe my timeline's fucked up.
Yeah, so you do agree that was a threat, though, because that's what you just called it.
What?
The threatening to blind GCVA.
No, I wasn't threatening to fucking kid. I said to the kid when I was angry at him, if I ever fucking let me see you, I'll blind you. That was it. Look, it wasn't something I really put too much thought into.
Yeah, right.
Fucking throw me.
Yeah, I get you, yeah. That's what you're saying behind the scenes, is that you get angry.
Right, and I said before to people when they had a real problem with it, I said, look, I'm really sorry if that's the way, and people had a problem because you keep saying if, and I said, well, look, all right, I don't know another word to use.
Yeah.
But again, yeah.
Sorry, Burnside, I'm having some technical difficulties. You're trying to get me to show 30 different screenshots. What do you want me to show exactly? Because it's just painful trying to open them up on screen, dude. Do you want to explain?
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Just tell me.
It looks like I overstated a bit. I think it might just...
Sorry?
Whenever you get the bike release stuff, I sent you number 71 where it started. And I believe it actually went to about... I'm almost at 84, so about like 82. Roughly just about. Now they double check it, so I think I sent you a little extra. But I'll check for some overlap.
Yeah, right. So this is...
Yeah, I'm sending it to you in advance so that I don't lose anything.
Okay. You would need to tell me, just tell me exactly which one you want to show, because I can put it up on screen when we get to that. It's just getting a bit too confusing with exactly how you want to do
okay,
it.
my bad.
No, you're
it's just
right.
since I had it in my fingertips, I wanted to throw it at you before I forget.
I thought it was GCVA stuff that you were talking about.
Oh, no. No, it's his server that this is in, but it's not exactly relevant to the immediate question.
Yeah, right.
I just figured since we were on the subject of GCV, I may as well have these on the back burner.
Okay. Hef, was there something else you wanted to ask?
Well, I mean, I never really got an answer.
Well, no, okay, I can probably explain it because I've been talking to Scooby behind the scenes. He gets, in IRL, he gets heated. Like, so in normal life, the way that New Yorkers talk to one another, they get
No, I don't care about the blinding. I understand that.
Okay, you got...
Like, I've threatened people. Yeah. I don't care. It's, I'll fucking bash your head in. Like, who cares? But, I mean, when you're talking amongst friends...
You're the worst.
That's fine.
So mean.
But that's besides the point. But I mean, still the main point of contention is that you have with this kid is that he's been lying to you and that he's been building up this fucking fake persona with you. That he's been telling you he's a 35-year-old man going through all these.
And
fucking
at the time, like
dying.
you just proved my point. At the time, I thought my friend and I cared about him, and I got upset.
But why is it? Why has anybody ever heard about this being your issue with him? Or has?
Why would I talk about it? It's really nobody's business. Everyone brought this shit up publicly. I didn't bring up anything.
Why would you talk about it? That's the crux of all of this.
No, this is not the crux of all of this. You're the one that started talking about this stuff. I didn't bring it up. The crux of all of this is I have people coming at me because they said I was threatening people's children. That's the crux of all of this.
Well,
I have people coming at me right and left saying that I threatened Tamara Hunn's children. I never threatened her children at all.
How this all started was your beef.
I don't care about how it started. I'm telling you what the crux of the problem is. The crux of the problem is the threats about children. I honestly don't give a fuck about any of this shit with Lethal, with GCV. I'm sorry to shit on everyone's parade, but I'm not interested in it. That's not what the crux of the problem is. The crux of the problem is people keep coming at me saying I was...
I misunderstood then because you talked about it for 20 minutes, but that's besides the point.
You asked me a question and I answered you, that's all.
Well, you talked about your backstory with this GCV guy
I was
for 20
asked.
minutes.
Talking
about how he lied to you, and
because
you
I'm
never.
I'm polite, that's all. You asked me a direct question, I'll give you an answer. That's all.
I think we got off on the wrong foot here. I was just going to clarify something.
No, not a problem. You were asking me a question and I wanted to give you an answer, that's all.
I wasn't sure.
And the thing is, we do tend to talk at length, he and I. We'll turn a 5-second story into a 5-minute story.
Yeah, well, that's why we're probably... you'll hear me cutting in every now and then because chat's starting to get a bit frustrated. So, I was actually surprised by your answer because behind the scenes, Scooby, you were talking about how that wasn't actually the drama that kicked everything off, and it was actually something to do with men wanting you sexually or something like that.
I say that tongue-in-cheek. A lot of these guys who were like going after me, before they were going after me, they were coming on to me, and I found it funny myself.
I said the one in particular about that.
Yeah, right.
What?
The thing about adamantine.
Oh God. Anyway, no, that really, I don't think it was a motive. God, I hope it wasn't a motivating factor with a good portion of them. But I say it tongue in cheek because it became a bit of a running joke.
Right. So you agree that the GCVA thing was the catalyst that that sparked everything off?
I think for a lot of these people, that started a lot of this, and I think
started. Yeah.
Right. I think it depends on who the person is. It's like case by case.
Yeah, that's true as well.
I'll be honest. If I may, well, I'm just trying to get to a point here. If I may, I haven't been following this drama. You're probably more versed with it than me, even though I'm the center of it. I hate saying this, and it's going to sound really arrogant. It's a lot of people are putting a lot too much weight on all of this. I got into an argument with a kid, and then this kid couldn't let it go, so he started threatening this woman, with these crazy, insane threats about CPS, how he was going to call CPS. Him and his friends were going to mass flag her CPS with CPS calls, and because of the state she lives in, I don't want to drop it on the air. I'm not sure if she's mentioned it herself, and I'm trying to be courteous because I'm trying not to piss off your audience here. So she had told me, and she had told Burnside, she had told Terra, she told a bunch of us too. She had told Tyro and QnA that she was getting threatened that they were going to mass flag her with CPS calls unless she got me and Burnside to hop into this phone call and apologize. And because of the state that she lives in, if she gets mass flagged with CPS calls, they automatically have to take her kids away. Now, she had said on the air with us that her one kid is autistic, and if they try to take her away because they had went to the airport, and this is when they were doing the screening with the machines, and they separated her from her daughter, and her daughter's autistic, and the daughter had a seizure because of it. So she said she can't be separated from her daughter because of her condition. So she calls me up, and we're doing a call through Discord, and she's panicking. So she tells me, about all this stuff, and she tells me a little bit later, she's like, everything's fine, we worked it out, don't worry about it. You just have to do everything that they say. And I'm like, look, this is not a good scene. Once they started threatening you, I'm telling you that they're going to make you do whatever they want. I said, me capitulating isn't going to be in. You're going to have to just walk away from this. She's like, I can't. I said, okay. So I went into this.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, you're saying that people threatened Atema the Hun's kids?
Yes.
They blackmailed her with
Yeah.
CPS flags.
Yeah.
In order to get you on a. She's in the chat right now saying that this is all bullshit.
No, we have all the evidence. We have all the proof and evidence. And actually, Tyro and Koei said he'd actually be a witness to all this.
Yeah, EarJuice, I just sent you the Google Drive link of it.
All right, do you just want me to pull up one picture at a
All
time?
of them.
Yeah. Now, let me get to it. It gets better. It gets really better. If I got to tell you guys where it gets to this now. So I go into this group hangout, and they didn't tell me they were recording this thing. They told me it was going to be off the air. So I go in, and it's Atema, Irate Prostate, Cass Warfox, Demon Hobbit, and I don't know, one or two other of these chuckle fucks. I don't remember. So I go in, and they just started talking shit to me, and I'm seething with anger. You can hear it in my voice because, they're threatening to take this autistic kid, and God forbid, she's going to have a seizure. Something bad could happen. So I fucking lose it, and I snap on them. I'm like, now, I just want to say this. When I lost it and snapped on them, these kids had been introducing themselves to me as the Gulf City crew. I didn't know who the fuck Gulf City was, by the way. I just want to stress that, and I'm sorry that I just bruised everyone who's a Gulf City fan's ego, but I honestly had no idea who the fuck these people were. So I go in there. Now, they were always talking about the Gulf City cartoon show. I just want to stress this fact. I thought up until this point, Gulf City was a co-op in Texas that all these idiots lived in together, and that they were like making a show in their co-op together and filming it. I'd never seen an episode. So I go in there and I tell them, yo, I talked to a few people I know. You guys are never getting off YouTube. Gulf City is staying here. You're not getting on network. I get hit up a little bit later by somebody, and he goes like this, yo, Scoop, what the fuck's the matter with you? I'm paraphrasing him. I go, why? What's the matter? He's like, look, Gulf City, these people aren't Gulf City. They're fans. He's like, seriously, look into this shit. And he was really pissed off. So I'm like, all right. So I look into it, and I type in Gulf City, and I look on the thing, and I'm like, who the fuck are these people? I had no idea who Gulf City was. I'm looking, all I see is like this salmon. I see a couple other weird-looking cartoon characters, and I seen a frog in a suit that turned out to be AP, and I see this ghost. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck these people are. I've talked to this frog, I remember, AP. I've talked to him a few times, but that was it. So that was basically how that happened.
Yeah. So why is in these DMs, Atema the Hun is blaming you, Burnside, for the fact that her family is now being threatened? He wants to.
She's blaming me in particular because. She's blaming me in particular because we weren't. Scoob and I and her were under the false pretense that we were going to apologize to them for some trouble and so on, and we're just going to have a discussion off air about it. And I was very suspicious about it, so I got very verbal. And I kept trying to tell her and all the other people whom at that time while I was at work were trying to talk me into doing this, that I wasn't going to do it, and that I was suspicious of it. That's basically why she's going on and on.
Back a little bit. Who are they, them, and who, and doing what?
Okay, here, let me go and open the pictures up, and I'll go walk you through from 1 all the way to left. Okay, now, in number 1, this was after some trouble that had happened. Scoop, refresh my memory in it, but this is the thing with Tema and them where she was talking about her kids' threat. This was from Cash and GCV with some arguments regarding with them, yeah? Yeah, he's going to go double check, but I believe that's where this comes from. And essentially, while I was typing back and forth with her, I was also in a Google Hangout on my cell phone at the time. Between, I believe it was the next 6 minutes. It was, I don't think we had prostate with us at that time, did we? I don't think so. But, no, it was the next 6 minutes. It was, Sarah, weren't you there too at this time? Okay, yeah, it was you. And I believe there's 2 other people I think who were there, but I can't exactly think of them for the time being. Chime in if you can remember whom in particular. But I remember having like 4 other people who were urging me to just go with the apology and go along with it. And I just thought that this was a bunch of nonsense. And I did not want to apologize to these guys because I thought I was wrong. and that's where everything starts in 1. And then you go to number 2, where Atem was talking about the BDSM stream with the 15-year-old. That was, if I remember correctly, there was some blackmail that Cast Warfox had on her from I believe it was the Deviant stream, if I remember correctly, or something related to that, where there was some form of a misunderstanding that they were holding over her. And in essence, if I did not capitulate to this and do the apology and so on, that they were going to send law enforcement after her and anyone else involved or something to that extent.
Right. Yeah, I've got it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Do you want me to clarify any further as I go along, or is that got it pretty well wrapped up for now?
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, is there anything else?
Okay.
We've got their side of things. I mean, is there anything else we really want to go over with this? I think that there's people that want to call in at this point in time and are complaining in the chat, but they can ask questions. What were you going to say, Terra? Sorry.
A point of clarification. There was a stream that was done that had me, Atema, and the host of the stream called the Deviants, and we were all discussing things, and GCV went and notified people that there was a child on our stream. Well, as soon as that happened, we went and restructured everything. We shut down the stream for a while, made sure that there were all these different bots to make sure everybody was of age. And then on a whole nother stream, it comes out that GCV made this accusation because he thought it was funny. There was no one on our stream that was underage, and got everybody's panties in a twist over essentially nothing. And he did it just because he thought it was fucking funny.
Nano Reaper was the other person I couldn't remember. I just checked numbers.
Yeah, Ben, so we can hear you through Terra's mic, but not you yourself. Well.
Oh, my apologies.
No, you're right. I think what we'll do, let's go back to the way I've got it scheduled. Let's go through a few different claims, and then we're going to come back to threats and other stuff as well. Sound good? I think it does.
I think we need to get back on the rails.
I think we need to get back on.
This has spiraled way the fuck out of yeah.
All right, so Scooby, I am going to. My brain is not working. You fucking kept me up way too late. You fucking.
Don't blame this shit on me.
I'm blaming you.
Don't you fucking blame
it's
this
all
shit on me.
your fault. Fuck you.
It's your fucking fault.
Scooby, I'm going to play some clips that have certain claims that you have made about your IRL life, as we discussed, and you are going to give some clarification to these.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Hello,
Okay.
Scoobie331 here, coming to you from the bunker. That's what I call this area that I record from. Now, you see, I don't normally say anything and tell people not to say anything. I don't tell people they don't have the right to say what they want to say. I believe in freedom of speech. I'm peaceful. You just want to be dirty-ass leftists? Be dirty-ass leftists. Stop trying to undermine this fucking country.
And I'm a...
So, Scooby, would you still classify yourself as peaceful? Do you think others classify you as peaceful, that you have a beef with?
I guess it depends on your perspective.
Okay. Yeah.
By what perspective would you not be peaceful?
I guess by the perspective of a lot of these people that got a problem with me, they probably think I'm not too much of a peaceful person.
Yeah, well, you've admitted yourself. I mean, it's one of the first things you said to me is that you can be a real arsehole sometimes and a prick.
No, I don't think that means that I'm not peaceful. It means that I'm just not cuddly.
Fair enough.
Being abrasive doesn't mean that you're aggressive. It just means you're abrasive. You know, the aggression takes energy. I'm just there most of the time.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Progressive or conservative. I'm 40, you know, I'm gonna be 40 in April.
Part of the reason I didn't go, one is because my wife's lease. I can't afford the mileage. It's ridiculous. I got no car myself. But I ain't gonna box you. I ain't gonna sit there, put my hands up and try to pull no fucking Karate Kid shit. I'll walk into your punches and break your wrist with my own face. You understand?
Have you done much IRL fighting, Scooby?
I used to work the door at a couple of bars in the neighborhood. And,
Oh, really?
used
Like
to buy, yeah,
paid bouncer, like.
yeah. Used to box a little bit amateur when I was younger. Did some martial arts, not too much, but a lot of my friends in the neighborhood. There's a really big, MMA movement in this neighborhood. One of the guys, and this is actually funny you brought it up, it was a point of contention. One of the guys in the neighborhood is, I think he's retired now, but he was the MMA champ. I had no idea he was even the champ until I started streaming, and I looked it up when I was talking to somebody about it.
What does this have to do with you with fighting, though? Sorry.
Tough neighborhood.
Okay.
I've been a big guy since I was younger, so I got into a lot of punch-ups with the older guys in the neighborhood. So.
Yeah. Now I saw you.
So you fought the MMA champ?
I'm sorry.
So you fought the MMA champ?
No, it's just a reference.
No.
It's been a tough.
No, he's from this neighborhood. There's actually a lot of MMA from this neighborhood, the South Shore, Long Island, Brooklyn, Queens, Nassau, Suffolk. There's a lot of them here.
Yeah. Oh, Warski's in the chat. He's going on about his 100% wins because the other opponent didn't turn up, but still technically correct. So yeah, I saw you on camera the other day, and you were talking about how you're a big guy and stuff. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna cut back to another video. I guess you know which one we're going to play, and then talk about this. Let's have a look.
Do I sound to you like somebody?
And sorry, I didn't have the original. I've only got AP's version.
Who gives a fuck who you talk to? Ah!
Don't look like bugs to me.
I want to know something messed up. Aside from these.
Excuse me for you on this, not the company.
I've seen some of these beetles by my house. What the problem is, because people import all the different foliage from all over the planet. We got, in my yard, we get these, these. Everything up here, I find this shit constantly in my yard.
Alright, could be you. Sounds like you. But people are saying this is you. You do have a disability, that is correct, isn't it, sir? Because of a work accident, I think it was.
Yeah, I got injured up at the landfill.
Yeah.
So my right knee tightens up.
Yeah. And do you want to explain how you got injured, just really quickly, or for the chat?
All right, yeah. We were up at the landfill. This is up over in the township of Babylon, New York, and the machine was it was called a brush hog. What that is, that's a machine that we would use around town to find these that were in the.
You're cut
and
now. Is that just me?
Oh.
No, it is. It gets better pretty quickly though. So.
All right.
So
about the brush hog.
Well, no, I'm for anyone who's familiar with it. I'm just trying to, give you an idea. It's very large. It looks like a skag. That's like the big landscape lawnmowers that they ride on. Except the difference is the front has reciprocating blades for grinding up the trees in the sidewalk when they would get Dutch elm disease or Asian longhorn or any of those other things. So it was up on the machine and it wasn't chained down properly, and it was running because we were about to take it down off the skids and into the shed. So my coworker wasn't that tall. Man was about 5 foot or so, and he had his back to the machine, and he was trying to use the machine to he had his back to the truck, and he was trying to use the truck to block the wind.
Yeah.
So the machine came loose and started rolling towards him. So I yelled out his name, but he couldn't hear me because the machine was running and the truck was running. So I grabbed onto the handles of the machine, but it was already rolling. So I braced my feet and grabbed onto the thing and held it as fast as I could. And two of the other guys come running over, and they grab onto the machine, and they help me wrestle it back into place. But from grabbing it, it wrenched my back. So I went home for lunch. My back's killing me. I came back, and the rest of the day, the back of my leg is numb or whatever. And the next day, that night I go to sleep, and the next day I woke up and extreme agony, and I couldn't put my foot down properly, flat on the floor. And for the next 2-3 years, I couldn't put my foot down properly or stand up completely straight.
Right. And so
Yeah.
you're saying that you got the injury from saving another worker or getting him out of the way, but then he would have died if you didn't. So, all right. So
we could just say, let's just say, you do the right thing. That's all. You don't have to make it big like that.
fair enough. So sir, is this you with Diogenes at the museum? Because
let me take a look at this thing.
if you guys click, I don't know if I've told you this as well. Just check.
I explained it to him.
Oh yeah, if you click on me and see live stream, you can actually join and see exactly what I'm seeing on the stream. So you don't have to watch the stream then, if you don't want to see the chat and all of that. In the video,
And it just keeps
in
you
Discord.
in real time, so you don't have to wait for the cat.
I don't know how to do that, so I'm not going to start hitting buttons.
Well, I'll just explain it. It's just in the Discord. See where my name is. See where it says EarJuice and it says live. If you click on me, it should have a join stream, a little box that pops up and join stream. If you're on your phone, it won't work, but if you're on your laptop, it will. And then you can see exactly what I'm seeing.
All right, let me try this.
Yeah, just left click on his name and then click the watch button.
All right.
Yeah, so this is you here, supposedly. And that's what our people have been trying to confirm.
I'll be honest, I can't tell. It's too grainy.
Right.
What do you mean? You know if you were there or not?
I can't remember what the hell I was wearing.
What? Is that you talking? Do you know about bugs? Like, what are you talking about?
Well, I don't know if that's me on camera.
Bro.
Are you not confirming? Are you not confirming or denying? Is that what this
I'm
is?
not confirming or denying because that's the
So
whole thing.
it's
I'm not
you.
sure if that's me.
I know what I look like.
Alright, well...
Do you know those? Do you know the specific details about those bugs?
I'm on here. Sorry, my wife came up behind me and scared the shit out of me.
No, you're right, you're right, you're right. Okay, so you're not going to confirm...
Hey, Scooby's wife! Scooby's wife, is that him on screen?
Well, I chatted to Terra and Burnside behind the scenes, so they wouldn't confirm or deny, but... I don't know. It's all right.
No, the one guy's cool, babe.
The one that's me. I'm the cool.
Yes, that's you.
Alright, so, well, if you're not going to confirm, is there a percentage that you would like to give of you are, let's say, 40% sure this might be you?
It's possible. I am a big person, but then again, I mean, I've seen a lot. It is, if it was when I was with D and we were up in DC, I mean, it is nerd paradise. There was a lot of freaking big ass.
There is a possibility of you wearing a furry tail.
Nah, I don't know no furry tails.
Okay, well that was my next question anyway. So you're confirming that you do not wear fairy tales.
All right, fine. I have a fever. That's great. Sorry.
You're right. You're right. Let's go back through the other IRL claims. Jeez, we've still got quite a lot to go through. Let's get through this.
I find out the shit
What are we doing here? All right.
I'm kind of progressive like that. I got no problem with diversity.
Not about Scooby, about America. That's what I do.
Look,
Can you briefly sum up your politics, sir? Like in a simple statement.
Sum up my. Long story short, an American patriot. Best way I could sum it up. That's the problem. Look, you're close to me in age. You and I talked about this, so I'm sure you remember a time when politics wasn't a religious cult.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I used to be a progressive, so
Yeah, exactly. Same with me. You know, that's back when progressive was like, you know, we were trying to get flying cars, we were trying to get shit of that nature. You know, all the stuff you grew up watching, you know, in the 20th century as a kid.
It was more about the government not being in your private lives. And then when the new feminists came through, that reverted around to getting government to write policy for people in their private lives and what they want to do. So, yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't really. I didn't have too much of a problem with the Patriot Act because I've said this before on the air. Like my neighborhood was the hardest hit from 9/11. It's not really like it's a contest, but we lost the most people, not just firefighters and EMS and cops, but we also had lost like a good amount of people who worked in the buildings. So when that had happened, we had funerals here like you wouldn't believe. And I mean, I think we had at least 2-3 funerals a day for like maybe 2 years. You know, it was just absurd, like the amount of funerals. Like, you know, you have like the viewings or whatever. And it was crazy shit. And
wait, hold on. 2 or 3 funerals a day for 2 years?
Something like that. We lost
from 9/11?
Yeah, we lost like 300-400 people, and yeah, because a lot of the people who live.
You know what 2 or 3 funerals a day for 2 years is?
Maybe viewings. All right, let me rephrase that.
Well, like
I'm on the air. What is it?
Anything? I mean, we're talking about that's a fuckload of people, dude. That's like 1,500 people.
I think we've lost Scooby. Let's go back through the
Yeah, he's taking some meds real quick. If you want me to, I can do my best to summarize it from talking to him about it a lot.
Yep.
Okay, basically, long story short, the area he and a whole bunch of the people that he's grown up with, those immediate boroughs, they lost a considerably large amount of people compared to the rest of New York and the greater New York area in the incident of 9/11. So for the next handful of years, they had a lot of funeral proceedings, and he lost quite a lot of his friends. He even showed me a couple of the graves in the area. So that's really screwed with him and a lot of people in this area. Like he's even told me a couple of times, careful with the conspiracies so you don't get your head clocked. Because, you know, people have been so inundated with that and inundated with the considerable large loss that they had from 9/11 that it's left a considerable amount of trauma on a lot of New York, him included. So I mean, if you want us to give you a specific number, it's gonna be a bit difficult. So we're just guesstimating at this point because it's a lot of dead bodies.
Okay, well, I
mean, if you want, there's 2 videos I cut.
Why are we talking about 9/11?
I don't know.
I'm
Because he's
sorry?
talking about burying 1,500 fucking
Jesus.
people.
I just said I wasn't sure if it was the viewings. It was a long time ago at this point, but it was a lot of funerals.
All right. Well, the other claim is, so you're saying that you have PTSD and it's from.
I don't know. I had actually.
And
I'm not sure if I have PTSD. I'd actually like to get properly evaluated. I was looking into that.
Right.
No, it was that, and we had lost about. I want to say at this point now we're up to about 60 people from heroin and opioid overdoses. A couple of them were murdered too, but most of them were overdoses in this neighborhood. Combined, we lead. I think it's hopefully just the northeast of the country. I hope it's not the rest of the country in general, but we lead the northeast as far as I know in combined opioid and heroin overdose deaths. So we had that had happened, and then we had the hurricane came and wiped out most of the town. We're still suing the state because they took away the FEMA funding, so a lot of the southern part of my neighborhood is destroyed, and they moved in a lot of Section 8 housing to try to change the demographics. So we've been having a lot of problems around here. So basically, we lost a good portion of people from 9/11, and a few years later, we had all these overdoses that lasted about a good 5-6 years. We lost probably one person. We averaged about every 6 weeks. At the high point, we were averaging a person every 9 days. And then we had the hurricane wiped out most of the southern part of the neighborhood. And the bar I worked at burned down right before my mother had a stroke, which led to my father's death, and I got crippled. So this was all within a short amount of. So, reason I said on the air before I think I might be suffering PTSD is this was all really rapid fire that this had happened.
All right, so you haven't actually got a diagnosis as PTSD. You've just
No, New York State does. Yeah, New York State doesn't recognize it. So I was actually looking.
What?
One of the things, yeah, New York State only recognizes it if you're military. It's not something that the New York State Department of Health recognizes otherwise. PTSD. You have to go through a lot of evaluation to prove it. It's one of the joys of living here.
All right.
Anyways.
I think, was there any other claims that we wanted to do? I think we'll just keep going because we've got a bit of stuff to go through.
Sure.
Let's go.
I just, really quick, before we go any further, I just want to mention the reason I was taking the aspirin and everything is, I know you've really knocked yourself out and put a lot of work into trying to do this. I am not feeling too good, but I'm going to try to tough it out because I know you really put in a lot of effort.
Yeah, that'd be good if you can stick around, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm definitely, I'm going to try to duke it out for you.
All right, awesome. Well, let's give you a bit of break then and move on to Burnside because, so with Terra and Burnside, there's a few claims that you've individually, or accusations that you've individually received. Let's have a chat about those. Burnside, you are up, sir. You ready to go?
Okay, sure. Where do you want to start?
Awesome. Well, let's have a look at. We'll have a quick look at this clip. Now, this is you with Cass Warfox talking about some bikers. Let's have a listen.
Ooh, fun.
Put out some basic information or whatever, slapped you with a phone book and that. Now, in actuality, what's going on is he was trying to give you a fucking warning, and you didn't get it, okay? That broad you went and ratted off to, that chick that was on the cunt stream and that, between her and Harley Quinn Happy Hour, from what I hear from Tom, they've been getting a lot of people's information. And a lot of people on my end have been considerably pissed off. And if you couldn't tell from the t-shirt, there's several people I've been working with behind the scenes to get several things taken care of. All right? I don't need this shit. I don't need eyes on. I warned GCV about this before.
No, what is that shirt? Is that Hell's Angels?
Thank you! Somebody actually knows! Thank you for...
Alright, so, you were describing behind the scenes something about that shirt. Did you want to explain that situation? Because it sounds like you're saying that you're part of the Hells Angels and that you were trying to knuckle down on GCVA. Is that the truth, though, Burnside?
Oh yeah, this was when I was fucking with him. Yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, I structured it in that particular way because a lot of the stuff, like Scuba and I have talked to him in private, he freaks out about. And because the way I behave and because, like, the stuff I showed you from the alley, a lot of people get that idea from me. And there were a couple people that saw, when I gave the speech at the Mother of All Rallies, how all of the bikers for Trump and all these other guys immediately came to my aid when Lacey McCauley was trying to lace into me. And, like, everyone thought, like, I had this godly protection from, like, a whole bunch of bikers, so I comically ran with it. And in this particular occasion, Cass and a couple other people had angered me, and I said, you know what? I'm going to give them a dose of their own medicine. Because, as you can see, I just rolled with this elaborately.
Right.
And if you want, I actually have that particular shirt from the alley. I've got it right here if you want to turn on the camera real quick.
You rolled with it?
How can we do that? There should be a way.
Let me know, because I got tape on it right now, but I can go ahead and hold it up.
Well, otherwise, I've got it on, I mean, I've got the shirts that you were wearing up on screen at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, because I've got that bowler shirt, and then if you want, I can go dig through my luggage, and I can go grab the hat.
We don't.
But, you know,
we don't need you digging through luggage and stuff like that. So your suggestion is that Cass, because it would take time.
I want to see the shirt.
Well, the shirt's on screen. You want to see the exact shirt that he's wearing?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, if he does, yeah, I've got it right here.
Okay. Well, how
Yeah.
are we gonna do this? Can he turn on his camera within a VC?
Oh yeah, you can go live in VC.
You can go
okay,
live in VC.
Instruct me how to do this.
Fuck, do you do this?
Exactly. This,
All right, yeah, never mind.
Never
mind.
Okay.
No. Sorry, it's only in a call. It's in a call.
It's in a call that he can share his screen, not within a VC chat. All right.
Okay.
So, well,
Do you want me to just send you a picture within the next couple of seconds here?
Yeah, go for
okay.
it. Go for it.
All right. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me get my phone so you can get your what do you call these things? Receipts.
Receipts. That's it.
Receipts. Yeah. Let me go get you. Let me. Okay. Since he really wants to see this, yeah. If you want, I'll go grab my phone.
I'm not doubting you.
Oh, by all means.
This is such a small little fucking thing.
I mean, I don't fucking
God
care.
damn it.
I derailed it on accident.
Don't
My
worry.
bad.
Don't worry.
Okay. I'll go get it. I'll go get it.
Oh, no, it's not necessary. No, god damn it.
Fuck you, Hef. God damn it.
Fuck.
Terra, so you were explaining you've watched this clip many times, and you're saying that he's not actually saying that he's part of the Hell's Angels bike again.
No, he's not part of the Hell's Angels. He was just fucking with them because he knew that they would freak the hell out.
Right. And you're saying that Cass Warfox hid the screen on purpose because people would easily be able to tell he was just wearing clothing, and that's why it's black? Or you think
Juggalo.
Can you repeat that one more time? I had some sort of background noise.
Do you think so? Would you say that you were making the accusation that the screen is black because Cass Warfox does not want to show his clothing on the screen?
Yeah, because I have seen some a video that he had. I don't know if it's still there anymore. I don't pay attention to the bastard stuff. Where he had a video where Burnside was showing the t-shirts and he was freaking the hell out.
Yeah, because most of the time it's just black and it
All
does
right,
go white. So
EJ, in our group chat, there's the pictures of the shirt and the jacket.
Alrighty, let's do it. This is Burnside right now. They've just taken photos of him.
Oh, fucking wrong.
Here you go.
Okay.
Here you go. One jacket and one shirt.
No, where did the stream go?
And one shirt. Alright, so, because the way that you were explaining it the other day, Burnside, is that Cass was the one that brought up the Hells Angels in that clip?
He can't quite hear you. Hold on.
Hopefully it turns up.
Peanut!
Peanut boy!
Hey, sorry about that. We had to go bat some dogs while I was digging through the luggage. I wanted to really get you that hat, but I got it buried here somewhere.
No, it is fine. We do not need the hat. Hef's just been a dick. So, would you say that was it your plan, or do you... do you think Cass Warfox was the one that actually brought up the Hells Angels concept and you just ran with it? Is that what you were trying to say?
Yes, I've stated it several times. He mentioned it and I just ran with it because, like I mentioned to you before when we talked about it, since all these guys talked about 4chan and all this other stuff and being on these different streams where they had all these enemies, you know, I wanted to give them a big thing of BS so big that they would obviously call me on it, and they didn't. They just thought I was dead serious, and I was like, you guys talk about 4chan and all this other stuff all the time, like I mentioned to you beforehand. I expected them to, like, take pictures and actually Google this and go, this is a clothing store, you're so full of shit, and I went, yeah, and my idea was, after they would discover this, I go, yeah, clothing full.
Yeah, because
that's
what you told me behind the scenes. But then when I was having to listen to the clip again, like let's just play back the first 30 seconds to a minute. I'm just gonna play it and then I'll repeat it back to you.
Now, in actuality, what's going on is he was trying to give you a fucking warning, and you didn't get it. Okay.
And there's the screen, and for some reason it disappears. So he was trying to give you a warning.
That broad you wouldn't rat it off to that chick that was on the country streaming that. Between her and Harley Quinn Happy Hour, from what I hear from Tom, have been getting a lot of people's information. And a lot of people on my end have been considerably pissed off. Now, if you couldn't tell from the t-shirt, there's several...
So, a few people on my end are pissed off, and if you couldn't tell by the t-shirt...
Several people I've been working with behind the scenes to get several things taken care of.
There's a few things that we've been behind the scenes that we're trying to take care of.
All right, I don't need this shit. I don't need eyes on.
Yeah,
warned
and when I
GCB
mentioned
about this
Tom
before.
Pinoid and Harley Quinn's Happy Hour, that's because this was around the time of a lot of dramatics that had come in our general direction that we weren't involved in, but is being thrust upon us. And I was
Wait.
so upset with it at the time that I just decided, all right, you know what? Like I mentioned to you beforehand.
What does that have to do with you? Just
Because I was paying attention to the video he was playing.
Yeah, that clip just contradicted what you said.
Well,
you just said the cast.
There's still a bit more too. So, yeah.
You just said the cast was the one that brought up the Hell's Angels.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Well, let's.
But
keep
you just
playing.
said, all right, whatever. Just roll.
Need eyes on.
Whoa,
I warned
whoa.
GCB about this before.
No, what is that shirt? Is that Hell's Angels?
Thank you. Somebody actually knows. Thank
All
you.
right, so he's the first one. He's the one that brings up the Hell's Angels, but you're the one that points attention to the T-shirt and say that you're working behind the scenes with a biker gang. So I see what you've done there, Burnside. So, Burnside, are you part of the Hell's Angels or some bikie gang then?
No, everyone just thinks that because just how I portray myself, and I suppose given the area in that, I did tell Tom one time because of a shirt that I was wearing that I had some guys in real life troll me, which I actually have the colors of that. You know, the other gang colors that I told you about from the Burnside Bums.
Right.
And that, yeah. So that's really the only other thing I could think of. I mean, people just like how people think Scoob's connected in the mafia or some other nonsense like that. They think I'm the same particular way. I wear a leather jacket. I've got my bum's colors. I've been wearing stuff from the alley since I was a kid in that. And as I mentioned, some of the other stuff that was going on, and as I attempted to immediately address what I heard with the video with the this, that, and the other, I just decided, you know what? I'm going to screw with you.
But it seems like you did that prior to even Cass bringing it up, because you're pointing out that Scooby's going around making warnings. Then you directly point out your clothing and your affiliation with something, and then he assumes that that's the Hell's Angels. I guess, can you see the sort of contradiction there?
Oh, I can see it. Yeah, like I said, I was trying to play this up to be something crazy.
Right.
Yes, I understand it's a little ass backwards and crazy and all that. I suppose the best way I can put it is I was pulling a crazy Ivan, and they believed it. I'm not sure how else to explain this.
No, that's fine. It's all I'm asking for is just your explanation. The chat can think what they want to think. That's
Sure.
the rest of I clipped some of the bits. There is a longer one on Cass Warfox's channel. I just popped the rest of it in chat because we're going to keep... we've got to keep going through this stuff. So, Burnside, the other thing that most people want you to try and to explain is what you mean by the YouTube Mafia.
Oh, God. Okay, I think I've got some snips for that one. That was something in particular that came up from Tom Pinoid, GCV. There were a couple other people that were Gulf City fans who were attempting to get this streaming conglomerate going, and Tom he kept referring to it as the YouTube Mafia. Now, I don't know if he was at the time being comical about it, but the way he was selling it to the rest of us, it seems like he was trying to, in a sense, capitalize on something, criminal enterprise, or he's trying to steer it in that direction of, yo, Burnside, they think you're some fucking psycho biker. Yo, Scooby, they think you're a mafia don. Yo, I'm Tom Pinoid. I act like I'm a mafia don. Hey, why don't we all get together and we grease our grease together and we just make a YouTube Mafia? We're gonna make so much money off the super chats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and so what? I don't get the sort of how a YouTube Mafia would work with super chats. Like, how exactly is it a mafia to your perception, or are you just playing along with it? Like,
from what I understood about it, it initially was something that on the surface level I thought was kind of comical, and I was like, I don't know. But then after some falling outs happened and we did more digging, Scoop was like, hey, they actually are doing some criminal stuff here. I think there's something going on. I think he might have been a little bit serious about this YouTube Mafia nonsense. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, really. And that's when we started, we're like, oh, they're literally trying to make a YouTube Mafia. mean, that's about as best I can explain. If you want, I can.
How do you be a YouTube mafia? How does that work?
What's the illegal?
Like, what do you go shake down other fucking streamers?
Yeah, what's the illegal action?
Look, give us a cut of your super chats and we'll protect your streams.
Comically, something like that to a degree.
You can't.
The crazy. I'll try and explain it to you as best as it was explained to me at the time of this. I'm sorry for laughing on it, but it just in hindsight, now that I'm a bit more aware of how this stuff works, it is silly. Essentially, what they wanted to try and do is to do something to where they would go around and try and collect a whole bunch of super chats, do some cross promotion stuff, and they're going to do a series of tax evasions, and they were going to do some other crazy stuff where they used Brave and other different platforms where they would make a bunch of sock accounts to blow up their channels to make it look like they're getting more people than they actually had, and they're just going to try and do what they could to rake in as much moolah from this as possible. I know this sounds ridiculous, but at the time, even now, I'm not too technologically educated on this stuff.
All right.
But that's the best way I can explain some of this. How they're gonna try and make like a criminal enterprise on YouTube with streaming.
All right. Well,
they're.
Yeah. Let's watch a short clip of you and Scooby talking about the YouTube mafia back when this was a thing. This is 22nd of the 6th, 2019.
Hell yeah. I have a question.
Yeah.
Donna's Paul, last stream he was talking about like how you reported some guys to the IRS and the FBI. What was that about?
Alright. What had happened was my wife's sister is married to a guy who got endorsed by Sanders. He's either running for councilman or assemblyman or some shit out on the island. And these dimwits decided that they were going to go after me through my wife and start going after my wife's information as well as mine. Because she's a child caregiver to these people's children, and because this idiot was running for office, I was actually obligated by law, because she has to sign something as a child caregiver when he's running for office. You know how to give those people certain security when they could get to a certain position and there's certain thresholds? This asshole reached a threshold. So these dipshits decided to target somebody at really the wrong point in her life because at that point she had clout. So I was actually obligated to report this shit. The thing with the IRS is basically I talked to a few people, and what had been happening is these morons are actually doing a form of racketeering and money laundering. And I've been digging into this now for nearly a year.
How are they money laundering?
Well, what they've been doing is they use what's the equivalent of like sock accounts, and what they'll do is it's something with the super chats. I honestly don't exactly know how this shit works. I've been talking to a lot of guys like a little bit younger than me who were into this computer shit, and they explained it to me. I'm like, oh shit, okay, that's illegal. I couldn't explain it to you. I'm apologizing
the best
on that.
way I can explain it is what they basically did is in order to grow their clout and get a cult of personality following, they started making a handful of sock accounts through a couple different browsers and stuff to make it look like they had a large fan base following.
Yeah.
They hooked up with the right people and they started collecting super chats.
Yeah.
And what they basically did is they started funneling this into a whole slew of crazy shit under a couple of PO boxes. And then we're trying to con. And on top of trying to con people, they were also very much like a very certain set of somebodies, hint, nudge, nudge, decided that they're going to take the extra mile. So what do you have? You have a cult of personality, a big fan base, a whole bunch of money flying all over the place, and a handful of alleged businesses that go this, that, and the other, and all sorts of shit.
Okay, so it's also... There might be some accusations because of the multiple businesses that AP and his partner...
Wait a minute.
Or his business partner as well. Yeah? Hef? What? You gonna fuck me up again?
Burnside, is that you on camera?
Yeah, that's Burnside on camera just there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me on camera. I've revealed my face many times. That was at the old place I lived in where I actually had room to hang up the green screen.
It's not very green. Just pointing that out.
Yeah, it's a chroma key screen for 3D animation.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And photography.
All right, so you were saying back then that it was sock accounts So people were making a whole bunch of stock accounts to drive their numbers up, and then collecting super chats and putting it into a big pot of money. I'm sort of not understanding how how they were getting money out of so it's like they drive their numbers up so more people would watch it, so they would get more super chats. Is that how the theory worked?
Yeah, it's you artificially inflate a channel, make it look as legitimate as possible to attract more people, broader audience, bigger people. Big people bring in people that actually throw money at you for silly things, and you get a cut from that.
Okay. So
That's the best way I can describe it.
But you're saying now that you don't necessarily believe that this was actually going on?
I'm saying that at first I took it more seriously, and now I think it's just them trying to like skirt the law on a couple small things and try and I'm still a little confused as their actual implementation, because I have never thoroughly been able to figure out what they are doing versus what they say they're doing and such. Because I was never in any of these streams where they acted this out. I'm just interpreting it as they explained it to me ad nauseum, and how I've, from the outside in, looked at them attempting to implement this, and then thinking to myself, okay, if I were some guy who lives in his parents' basement, who violently masturbates frequently, and in fact, when was fascinated with the idea of being an internet gangster, how would I attempt to pull this off?
Right. And so there was talk about reporting these illegal actions to the IRS. Did you actually ever make, or did Scooby make any of these reports?
Well, what had happened was, like I said earlier, I followed through the motions with everything with my wife's sister's husband with that job. And when whatever little evidence that I was given and I got together, I filed it accordingly. Now, the thing is, you were asking exactly what was going on with the super chats as far as the money laundering. I'm still hammering out some of the details on all of this. I'm pretty sure that I think that the Terra and Burnside had sent you some of this, if not all of it.
Yeah.
But from what I had found so far, what it looked like, this is the third parties were approaching me with this when all of this stuff started to go down. They people who obviously had a beef with AP or with Ghastly or with both or with Tom or whoever else were coming to me with different things. And what they were saying was, and I had looked into a few of it, was the place where AP and Ghastly were working at. For whatever reason. Now, this looked a little bit odd because it was part of an industrial complex. But there were, to this specific suite and to this specific suite number, like it was like a number and a letter. So it wasn't like it was one of the other suites in the industrial complex. I think there was upwards of like 92 or 93 different businesses within less than a 2-3 year span. All of this was in the time that they had occupied the place. So this all got sent.
Who exactly are you accusing, though? Like, who are these people?
I'm not accusing anybody. That's just it, because there's not enough evidence for me to make an accusation. This is just all this hearsay at this point, because I haven't been able to corroborate it outside. This is one of the reasons. Anyone I had mentioned this to, it was always in DMs. It's one of the reasons I never came public with anything. You got to realize a lot of the stuff that you guys are going over right now is nothing I made public. This is all things that other people have ran off and ran the mouth with.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason. Yeah. Seriously, I don't think there's one thing that you guys actually have shown yet, other than our streams when we're talking about it. And it's always whenever I was asked a question, I answered it. But basically what I was told was there were third parties that were dealing with people involved. They didn't directly confirm or deny which ones, if it was AP or Ghastly, but basically they had said that the super chats, what was going on was some of these other businesses, that's how they were basically putting some of the money they weren't claiming and legally claiming it to keep the tax count down on some of the other businesses that they were involved in. Basically, it was to spread the taxes out. It's a form of tax fraud. It's a form of money laundering. basically
unproven. You're like, yeah, unable to prove it. Yeah.
right, which is why I never came forward with it. These accusations. When they became public, it was because people I had talked to decided to be meatheads and run their mouths publicly with it.
All right. And I know that there's also the FBI stuff. That's a separate issue that we will go into.
Right. When one led to the other, they weren't. It wasn't like, oh boy, what can I do to get to these guys? It's just when people started coming at me with things. It's one of those things, and I want to say this publicly for anyone listening. If somebody comes to you with any form of evidence, you have to report it to keep yourself covered. I'm sorry to tell you guys this. You can't just say, well, this person is my friend, I don't want to report. No, once they've talked to you, you now, according to United States law, if they're in the United States and they've hit you up, you're now an accessory after the fact. If it's something they already did, or you're an accessory to a crime that is pending, or they can hit you with premeditated. If somebody hits you up with any information that can be construed as illegal.
A YouTube mafia?
No. Once they started talking to me about money laundering and about how things, that's one of the reasons.
Who talked to you about money laundering? You guys made this up yourselves.
No. I forget how you pronounce his name. Zephorion. It's Zeph. He's with
Some
that girl.
random fucking weirdo comes to you online and starts talking about money laundering.
Zephorion.
Yeah, money laundering scheme amongst YouTube streamers with a fucking viewer count that I mean, if you're talking about fucking PewDiePie and fucking Logan Paul and these cocksuckers coming together and cooking up some scheme, then we might be talking. Okay, maybe they're something that somebody might want to pay attention to. But who the biggest streamer gets what, under 200 viewers? They're gonna run some fucking YouTube mafia. Some random fucking asshole comes to you talking about a money laundering scheme. And you're obligated by law to report it? With what evidence? You didn't have any. That there were a lot of business names tied to a certain location? I mean...
Which is why I gave what I had, and I don't think that they found it to be conclusive, because they did, as far as I know, they haven't gone forward with any of this.
You sent them nothing.
If that's what they found, then so be it. My point is, if you get anything and you even have a whiff of what you feel to be illegal, you got an obligation to report it.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
All right, well,
that's how the law works.
No, you don't. If I see somebody rob something, I don't get arrested for not ratting that motherfucker out.
You do in my state.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
All right, well,
All right.
Let's go. Okay, so that's a disagreement that's going to go around circles, I feel. Let's go into...
I don't know what kind of fucking special New York state laws there are where all of these things apply. But, I mean, all right, continue on.
All right, well, no. Well, while we're on the subject, let's go into the actual stuff and the FBI investigation. So, Terra sent me some emails. This is the evidence of what they've actually sent to Winzerillo at the FBI. But you guys were saying the other day that he wasn't really getting back to you and it wasn't going very well, and that you're planning to go to the FBI in person. Is that correct? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yeah, I did mention that. Yeah, I had avoided wanting to actually go there for several reasons. One being, as I told you before, that I wasn't aware the office was until Terra reminded me, oh yeah, here, it's over at such and such, and the reason why I neglected it is because it's over by the university. I hate going around that area because it's a nightmare to go around there, and 8 out of 10 times if you go to park somewhere, your car's going to get towed. And I'm not paying an arm and a leg to take a train, walk several miles, just to go and talk to some feds and go, look, you chronic masturbatory pedophiles, I've emailed you several times, I would like to speak to somebody, and then in turn get arrested.
All right, so what we can assume from what you're saying is that there's currently no FBI investigation that you know of, and Winzerillo isn't getting back to you with the evidence that you've sent over. Would that be correct?
Regrettably, yes. I'd like to say, oh yeah, they said this, that, or the other, but yeah, I haven't heard a damn thing back. Emailed repeatedly.
Yeah. And you've sent over like a massive Google Drive of different documents. Most of that Google Drive is just the same screenshots that you've sent me. Is that correct?
For all intents and purposes, yes, because I wasn't exactly sure as what would be pertinent, what wouldn't. I figured they'd weed it out, so I decided anything and everything I could think of on the top of my head that wouldn't get me cuffed and stuffed, I should send. Gross.
Okay, so now this is the most important part, I guess, is who exactly are you guys thinking broke the law, and what exactly did they do?
What had happened was original. Because I've been using this screen name for years, a few people looked into, they started looking into my past history with it, and they found my wife's Amazon wish list by mistake. And what had happened was AP had went on his Twitter feed and he put up my DeviantArt account and a few other accounts, because one of the other things I did besides journalism was I've tried to get into comic books and RPG design as a writer. So I've been trying to get into that industry for a few years now. So I've had made some contacts. So AP had went and put that up on his Twitter along with a few other things, telling people these are the people Scooby has had dealings with in the past. I'm paraphrasing because I haven't read the thing in about a year or so.
Yeah.
But from what I remember, it was go and harass these people so they won't deal with him anymore. One of the things that he had put on there was my wife's wish list, I believe. And then they were reading that one at AP, and I forget who was on the stream with him because I didn't watch it. I actually had heard about it secondhand while I was on the stream with Tyro. And then the next day, Tonka Saw and Failure to Accomplish had did the same thing. Now, you had heard me explaining it to that. I think that was that Croatian clown kid, right? That I was explaining it to. Anyway, as I was explaining it to him, I can't remember if it's Bernie Sanders endorsed my brother-in-law or my brother-in-law endorsed Bernie Sanders. Now, when I say endorsed, it's just you get like a certificate with like his name. It's actually stamped. I don't know if it's even signed by him, but he's running for council on the Democrat ticket or alderman or one of those things. I forget what it's like. The lowest thing you can start off at. And so he was running on that office. So my wife is a nanny that takes care of his children. So she had to sign this thing where if anything like this were to happen, we would have to, fill out a report and report the thing. She had to fill out a waiver. She had to, get her fingerprints taken, even though this is her sister's kids, because this guy's in politics. It's a big deal. So when this happened, we had to file paperwork and report it.
Yeah.
So Inzerillo was the agent that got assigned to us. So we had done that, and just for extra oomph, because my brother-in-law is running on the Democrat ticket, I went to my Republican congressman and filled out paperwork with him just to make sure that I didn't get led around by the dick by the FBI. So I he didn't respond, I think, to Burnside at Terra because this FBI agent, he's an older gentleman and he didn't seem to want to be bothered. I would talk to him. It went from every week to every 2 weeks to every 30 days. Now it's been to every 90 days to almost I think the last time I talked to him was around maybe Halloween or so. And the thing of it is, he doesn't like talking to me, and I'm going to be completely honest and completely blunt. It's because he has to watch these people's content, and I think he fucking hates it, to be completely honest with you. Because apparently it's not just him, it's a few of the other agents have had to watch this, and they keep bitching. They keep asking for timestamps because they're like, we can't watch all this shit. They said it's mind-numbing. So I'm sorry, I don't watch it. I said I'm not interested in it either. I said these, it's just a bunch of people who have been doing all these crazy,
So it seems that, from what you're saying, you're not making any particular accusations that people have done anything illegal. You're saying that you just have to legally report it because of your sister-in-law's, your sister...
my wife's... You were right, my sister-in-law's husband. Yeah.
No, I got it. Yeah, I had it right the first time. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's running for office, and it's another formality. And that's really that was what it was with this. And then after I had already contacted the FBI, that's when people started reaching out to me with this stupid horse shit about, what's going on over there. And unfortunately, when I started looking into the different leads, there was some substance to it. That's part of the reason I had to file it, because again, after already having contacted the FBI, they can come in with a warrant, take my laptop, and then when they go through it, well, Scoob, why didn't you report this shit to the IRS? Then I'm in hot water. So a lot of this was me covering my ass, is what it is.
Right. Okay.
Wait, this ties back into the YouTube mafia scheme.
Hey, look, I'm being serious with you. A lot of this was, I don't know any of these people. They were coming at me with some crazy shit. So I said, okay, if they're not up to anything no good, then they don't have anything to worry about, which is what I've said from out the gate.
Yeah. And so, okay, so you're saying that a lot of this started because they found your wife's wish list. We were going to go over some of that earlier. Let's talk about that, though. So on the wish list, there was things like 2 large barrels of lube.
Yep.
There was...
And a gigantic dildo about the size of a 4th grade boy.
Yeah.
Now, check this out. Yeah. All right, now, I've said this before, and I got no shame in this. I come into money. I got a fucked up sense of humor. You could have a ball with that giant rubber dick. There's a lot of people in my neighborhood who own boats. And, like, one of my boys in particular, I said I wanted to, like, try to super epoxy this thing next to his driver's seat the night before Memorial Day, so he would have to go driving around the bay with this giant cock next to him. You could also, if you got this thing, they go and they're going to open a new building, the mayor's going to come down and cut it. You can come and just throw this fucking thing into the concrete and then pull it out. That way they come in, there's a giant dick print in the concrete. They got to cut the ribbon, and there's this big dick where the mayor's going to stand. It's something that you can have fun with. Now, the barrels of lube, I specifically want to contact the company for empty barrels because I wanted 2 of them to use as the stand to hold up my coffin for my DJ equipment. When I get the new coffin, right now I'm in between equipment.
Yeah.
Well, usually you could use 2 50-gallon oil drums, but I seen these lube drums. They look sharp as hell. And I said, I like the way that they looked.
And
That's
so the lube, and I heard that
Why
the
wouldn't you
lube
just
was
look
also
up
for a party.
Empty drums.
I had said that jokingly, that you can use the lube for a party. I'm 40, to be completely honest. At this point, I think I tried to put it on my joints more than anything. Okay. But I'm saying, no, honestly, I just wanted the 2 empty barrels to use as the stand to hold up the DJ coffin. But at this point, again, I don't even think I'm going to get like a coffin. The equipment's too expensive now.
You're also talking about you and yourself and your purchasing, but you're saying this is your wife's wish list? Do you want to clarify that?
Yeah, sure. My wife herself doesn't go on Amazon. She's just like, just go on there for me and that sort of thing. So there's one wish list that I had for years was getting full up. So she had me on here doing her Christmas shopping for her, so I just started adding shit.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a little bit lazy. Look, you guys use this, well, not you because you're close to my age, but these younger guys use the term a lot, boomer. I don't think it's chronologically accurate, but yeah, I get what they mean, and you could call somebody like me a boomer. I really don't know what the fuck I'm doing with these computers, so... Just putting that out there. A lot of these people think I'm some sort of diabolical villain. I try telling people all the time, you got to look at me like one of your father's friends. You guys are really giving me too much stock here.
I mean, if one of my father's friends had a fucking 50-gallon drum of lube in his Amazon wish list, I'd be looking at him a little different.
Again, I don't want the lube itself. I just want the empty drum. It's just easier to keep. It's just easy to keep it on the wish list that way instead of trying to
Why
save
wouldn't
the
you
website
write down
somewhere.
the name of the company like a normal old man?
Because I've wrote it down a few times and kept losing it. It's just easier this way.
I just where you see a drum of lube and like, man, that's a nice looking drum.
That's a sharp looking.
Basically,
how'd you come across a drum?
Yeah, exactly.
A fucking barrel
honestly,
full of
I have no fucking clue. I was probably looking at a bunch of shit and it came up in suggestion.
Wait, it
Giant
came up in the recommendation.
Probably.
Can I just
You selected the big dick. Most customers bought these together.
Right, you know what it could have been, and I'm being sincere. I was probably looking for a brassiere for my wife, and that's probably how come it got brought up.
Right. Can I just point out
No,
that
I know you're full of shit.
I too have bought a dildo off eBay or something, but I've used it for YouTube
Juice.
videos, a big, massive purple one. So.
Yeah, I could see, if you want to use something like that as a prop. I mean, to be completely honest, another thing you could use it for is like during elections, you could roll the thing out of the closet and take a mask that looks like the opposing candidate and throw it on the head of the dick. There's really, a lot of different things you could do with it. Well, that's the whole point. A lot of the things I'm
Y'all are
looking at.
real imaginative when it comes to dicks.
Well, no, I went to one of the things when I went to school for communications is, you take the class, they teach you how. They teach you how, you want to set up a show and you want to do production, that sort of thing, you like props and things like that you want to look into. So, I'm just saying I can see where EarJuice is coming from. If he's got a giant dick and he's using it for a prop, I'll take him at his word because this is what he does for a living.
Oh no, I don't get any money out of this. Just so you know. Just point that out.
Well, I'm just saying, you're doing it for shits and giggles.
Yeah. We do have.
Naturally, what is going to
How much
question
was this
such things
giant
because
cock?
it looks strange?
I'm not sure. We do have a donation actually, and it is cool. Scrappy165 donated $1. Scooby is a nerd. He wouldn't even let old Scrappy take a whirl on his tail. I hear he likes to eat pruna. Is that a thing? While my ass is stuck with Olroy. Must be an American thing. Purina. Some sort of prune drink.
No, Purina's dog food.
There you go. I did not know this.
I got dogs. Right, Patches?
Yeah, I can hear him in the background.
Oh, that's what she was saying. Patches, not peanuts.
All right, so I think there's not too much more with the accusations with the FBI and that, because the whole time, I mean, if you're saying you don't really know exactly who's done what illegally, you just had to report it. So that's sort of what you're saying by now. There is this clip that I'd like to show, though, talking about forwarding on information to the authorities because of GCA. Let's have a look.
Oh.
Locals. Well, I kind of had to, forward a lot of information to the labor unions out over in Los Angeles, specifically those involved with the motion picture and film industry, television, that sort of thing. You guys kind of got Gulf City blacklisted. There's no way on fucking earth they're ever going to get picked up by a network. You're pretty much kind of stuck now on YouTube.
Oh, okay. So let me get this straight. You literally you fucked over Gulf City over a situation that had nothing to do with them.
No, you guys all rep Gulf City. You all came after chaos, all that shit on Twitter. They agreed. I told them. I just gave them the stuff. They came to their own conclusion. I didn't influence this. This was all on your own hand.
What? All right. So, did you actually forward information on about GCA to labor unions in Hollywood, Scooby?
Sorry, I had to close that window.
You're right.
Yeah. Not formally. I have said this before. I got a lot of friends, family, and relatives in labor. And so I reached out and touched base with a lot of them. And when people from Gulf City proper started hitting me up, like freaking the fuck out and schooled me to it, I had even said this on the air a few times when I found out that they weren't Gulf City. I said, no, Gulf City doesn't have anything to worry about. I'm not going to, be making a call about this. I had said that, I think, once or twice on the air when I was asked about it, because I thought, I had said it to them too. I thought that they were Gulf City. So, again, basically, if they're worried about me dropping the hammer, I didn't drop the hammer on these people. I actually formally calling anybody. I just reached out to people I had known who assured me that, yeah, you want to do this, we could do this. I said, all right, good. And that was pretty much where I left it. But luckily, I decided, for lack of a better term, to sleep on it on my better judgment. And when I did, I woke up the next day to a few people that hit me up. And I'm glad I didn't actually say, yeah, do something, because people who were, involved with Gulf City were not involved with any of this. It was these morons who were saying they're Gulf City. So again, it would have been the wrong people. So yeah, no, I specifically didn't do that to them. It was basically I was holding the sword of Damocles over their head, but I didn't drop.
Yeah,
weren't you fucking with Gasly and his wife?
What happened now?
Or weren't you fucking with Gasly and sending people pictures of his house and shit?
I had hit Gasly up a couple months ago because this shit was still going on and getting out of hand. It was getting harassing phone calls at my mother's house. And what the problem was, I was getting hit up by a lot of people who had the name Gulf City in their name. So I had asked them, I said, look, you want to do me a favor? These people are hitting me up. I specifically referred to these kids as a pack of retards because of the dumb shit they were doing. And he copped an attitude with me. I wasn't in the mood, so I snapped at the guy. That was about the extent of that. Yeah, that's all.
Gasly?
What happened?
With Gasly? You snapped at him?
Yeah, snapped at him. I was pissed off. He pissed me off, so I snapped at him.
Pictures of his house to people?
No, I don't go sending people pictures of houses.
AP, that's a question that goes at the end, sir. Alright, so...
If you want further clarification on the video you just sent, when I mentioned earlier that I had suspicions about what Atema was talking about, this is what transpired shortly thereafter. They wanted the apology for this and that and the other, and they instead recorded Scoob because they, in a sense, had set him up with it. I recognize the video. And if you go through some of the snips that I sent you, that'll actually be in there as well. This video that you just showed.
Yeah, I've seen like the actual chat and stuff. Yeah, I've been putting some of that up on screen. It's a bit hard to work out when to put it up. That's the only problem.
Yeah, sorry about that. I know I've got a lot of crap I've sent you.
Yes, that's true. I'll have a look into it. Well, Scooby, do you want to go through your threats, or should we can go back to you and go over Terra's stuff first? Do you want to talk about your threats now? Accusations of threats? Sorry, my bad. Or do you want to take a break?
If you want to call them accusations or threats, I mean, I've said it before. A lot of the people that, when I was telling them, just don't call the house, don't do stupid shit, because people in this neighborhood, if they found out, they're not going to be particularly thrilled that you're calling up an 80-year-old woman that's got all this shit wrong with her. That was basically the logistics of it. And I want to stress this again for anyone who's pissed off about this. I'm not friends with these people. I don't know any of them. They're calling an old woman's house to harass them because I pissed off somebody that they all watch on YouTube. It's not really, to me, a reason to be harassing an old woman who's not that healthy. So if I seem like I'm being a dick to these people, it's because I am being a dick to them. They ain't shit to me, and I just want to stress that. It's not me threatening people. It's warning them, like, look, if, God forbid, this woman has, like, a stroke or something and people start coming to the hospital to visit and they're asking questions, I'm not obligated to sit there and say, I don't know who did this. If they're asking me who did it, well, I got a general idea. Okay, who? And that's basically all I'm saying is I got no problem telling people who are interested who did it. And that's all I've been saying to people. They want to consider that a threat. Fine. If you're sitting there and you're walking under a cliff and something's going to fall on you and crush you, and I say, yo, that thing's going to fall on you and crush you, yo, Scooby threatened me that thing's going to crush me. That's the way it sounds to me, and that's just dumb.
Wait, what happens when you tell somebody you're going to flambe them in their front yard? I'm gonna burn you and your fucking family. What happens when I throw your fucking co-host Andy Worski off the top of a fucking building?
That's all of us being a bunch of jagoffs. It's how we usually are. You piss us off, we get very verbal.
It's not a threat whether it's a joke or not. It's stretch. I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna fucking burn you in your fucking front yard and let your family watch. I know where you live, you fucking cocksucker.
Yes, I know where you live. You live in your mother's basement where you violently masturbate. I'll come to you and I'll kill you with an flamethrower, yes.
Good luck getting past my mother.
I don't know how else to really tell you.
Door.
All right. Well, let's go through rather than have some impersonation of Scooby threatening people. Let's have a listen.
Oh, you're a hater.
I know. I like it. Let's have a listen.
You know, I'm
an
gonna say
example.
something really quick.
I'm down.
When I hit somebody up and I'm telling them about something that's going on, and they catch an attitude with me, they're gonna get an attitude back. No, you see, I already told the asshole he would have been put out, so he wouldn't have died. So there's that.
He wouldn't have died.
What? You don't have to threat. Death doesn't have to be involved. I could threaten to poke you in the eye with a blade of grass. That's still a threat. Step on that brick, I'll poke you in the eye. You're not gonna die from it. It's still a fucking threat.
No. I'm just saying I'd be more of an ass though. I'd say, you step on that brick, I'm going to violently skull fuck you, and then you will die, and maybe I'll light you on fire, or crazy like that.
Shut up, Mongoloid. I'm not talking to you.
Well, you see, like, the thing of it is, I never do anything. I have no problem setting him on fucking fire. Just the same way I tell somebody I have no.
Right, you're
fucking
LARPing.
hands.
You're actually gonna light somebody on fire. Well, but I'll put them out, so it's not a real threat.
Yeah. So
What's your
okay,
point?
let's go over the definitions.
What are you talking about?
I shot him, but I drove him to the hospital.
I saved his life, so it doesn't really count.
Well, you're talking about killing somebody. Never said I was going to kill anybody.
No,
People can die from being set on fire, though.
Oh, I'm sure they can, but if you put them out fast enough, the chances of them dying are much.
Well, the threat still remains. You threaten to light them on fire.
Okay, well, a threat.
Anyways.
Definition of a threat is a suggestion that something unpleasant or violent will happen, especially if a particular action or order is not followed. So it's just a suggestion. You don't have to follow through on it. It's a suggestion that something unpleasant or violent would happen, while a warning is something that makes you understand there is a possible danger or problem, especially one in the future. Like a warning sign or on a pack of cigarettes. You know, these will kill you if you smoke them after a while. So...
Yeah, it's a warning. Fuck with Scooby and you get set on fire.
But
There we
you
go.
are suggesting that something unpleasant or violent will happen. Goddamn.
That's such a loose. I understand where you're going, bro. I'm just saying that's so loose. I mean, at this point, that's like me saying to Hef, you know, bro, if you don't brush your hair every day at least 200 times, there's a chance you're going to go bald. He's going to run around and say, yo, Scooby's threatening me with baldness.
That's
You
not
know?
the same thing as setting somebody on fire, dude.
No, but that's a
What the
warning.
fuck?
Well, obviously not. I mean,
That's a
one
warning.
brush of hair,
You're
the other
saying
one is like engulfed in flames.
You're saying
That's
that's
a
a
warning.
warning because you're saying that there is consequences to
very-
his actions in the future, while a threat is saying that there's potential that something unpleasant will be happening.
Right. Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. What I was doing was warning people.
You know, go set up on fire and burn the shit.
Something unpleasant was going to be happening to them. At your hand.
Well,
in a violent manner.
Let's play an example
In
of,
front of their family.
of
on the
what
yard.
someone has perceived as a threat. God damn it, Hef. I'm gonna play his video now.
You either call me back or you're gonna see me before Christmas. I am not fucking playing with you. You understand me? Do I sound to you like somebody who gives a fuck who you talk to? Huh? Do I sound like somebody who gives a fuck who you try to get to protect you? No! You do not turn your back on me! You understand me? I will fuck you up in every direction!
So basically, if you turn your back on
Do
me,
I
I'm
sound like the kind of cocksucker that you refuse to let onto a girl's fucking birthday party stream? Huh?
Alright, so Scooby, do you want to explain the context of this message and if you think it is actually a threat or a warning? Or can you see why people would perceive that as a threat?
I can see how people you will contact everything. As a courtesy, even though the person is actually in the chat right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to drop his name. It's one of those things. I'm not going to do that.
That's fine.
What had happened was this particular person had developed a very bad heroin habit. And he actually skunked Burnside here out of $400. And I think I had told you, EarJuice. I actually just buried both a nephew and the guy I called my little brother to heroin. Actually, I found out that day that the guy I called my little brother just passed away. So part of the reason I called this guy was because I knew he had a heroin problem. And he and I had words, and that was the message I left him after he hung up on me. So that's what that was.
But can you see that? But I mean, there's that context, and that's why I sort of asked the question that way.
Exactly, and that's why I'm saying for anyone who thinks I'm being a lunatic, I've buried over 60 people to overdoses, so I don't really want to bury anyone else. Yeah, I don't want to bury.
Over 60 people from overdoses?
Yeah, if you look up Lindenhurst, New York, look up heroin, you'll see listings.
Do you know everyone?
I know most of them. Most all of them. I do know. So yeah, that's part of the reason I kind of lost it on this guy. I didn't want to be 61. So again, for anyone who has a problem losing my temper like that, you bury maybe one person from heroin, 2, 3. You can come talk to me. When you've buried 60, I really don't care what anyone has to say about me losing my temper.
Right.
Even though I'm mad at him for coming forward with that video to try to fuck me over, to be spiteful.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You know?
But you understand that, you said before, that you understand that could be perceived as a threat, that other people could perceive.
And I can completely understand it, and which is why I'm providing that context. And if they still have a problem with it, well, I'm sorry, they're an asshole. I have to do some reflecting. Because my thing was I didn't want this guy to wind up dead with a fucking syringe in his arm and some gut or something. And that was it. That's all.
Let's go over one or two other ones.
Sure.
So there's this one here.
Okay, hold on. Let's see here.
So it's like, yo, do me a favor, you useless scumbag. That dickless wonder AP has me blocked. Let him know that his offspring is disgusting looking. Then there's a picture showing. I'm guessing that's of his daughter or something. He should feel this ugly. He should feed this ugly thing to a wood chipper feet first. I warned you assholes to stop calling my house. I can and will find all of you. You tell them all that. If my mother winds up having a heart attack, stroke from all of you, and God forbid dies, it's beyond my hands. What's coming then? You have been warned, arsehole. So
yeah.
Wait, read that last line.
You have been warned, arsehole.
Oh no.
It's beyond my hands. What's coming?
Hey, Mickey wants to know: is AP gonna 10 more videos?
Oh yeah, hey Mickey wants to know, is AP going to cut 10 more videos now?
Is Mickey that
Mickey is Scooby.
white supremacist? Huh? Oh. Who's that fucking white supremacist guy?
I have
Mickey.
no idea.
That would be Mickey. Mickey Coy.
Oh, you are talking about something different. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
The lunatic murderer.
Forward all questions to me. I talked to the guy in the regular, so by all means, just let him fly at this point. I've heard so much shit. Yes, Mickey Coy 3020, the Waffen-SS supergalactic genocidal overlord of insert here, Whitelandia or something.
Again, as part of the stipulations, for those people DMing me and people sitting in a waiting room in a server that we're not in, call
Dumbass fucking retards.
We can't do
fucking
it.
idiots.
It's part of the stipulations. It's not.
Yeah, retards. I've been telling you in chat the whole time just to calm the fuck down, and you'll get a chance. It's okay.
All right. So Scooby, can you? Would you say that is a threat? And sending around AP's child. I'm guessing there's context as well to this.
Yeah, context definitely. No, there's a few things to this definitely. If you let me unpack it, sure. The asshole had been cutting my father, and
breaking up again.
I'm sorry.
You're breaking up again.
Oh, all right. Sorry. He had been cutting videos about my father, and I had been trying to look him up, and I had found him, and what that was the picture to his actual government Facebook with his real name. So I didn't give his name or anything, and what it was, I hit up a specific person like that, and I had told you before, since you haven't mentioned their name, I'm not going to mention their name, but I think you would ask me at one point, EarJuice, why I specifically would go to that person. And I had told you this person was like the dog in a movie where when the cowboys would walk in a Western, when the cowboys would walk in and they wanted to get the town's attention, they'd give the dog a hop in the ass and it would go running away going like, arr, 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 and alert the whole town. So I specifically hit up this guy because I knew that he was going off and he'd tell every Tom, Dick, and Harry, so I'd only have to send one thing. Now, the thing of it was, when I had said the thing to him about the wood chipper, you might as well feed this kid feet first into the wood chipper. I'm not going to lie. I was still mad. It was probably a day or two after Ralph Northam said, yeah, if your kid is up to like, I don't know how old, you can abort them, you can kill them like after they're born or whatever. So I was still pissed off about that. And I had even mentioned this to Tyro when he asked me, he's like, what's up with you saying it? I said, I was just gaslighting it, pissed off. And I told him, I said, the thing of it was, I wanted this guy to know, I know his government name at this point, and like I said, I had already filed about the thing with my wife, so I just sent that Facebook and along and said, this is the person. This is their real name. And I looked into the information and gave that to this.
Okay, yeah, so would you define that as a threat, though?
No, a warning, just stop fucking because I said it earlier, I do know who a lot of them are at this point, and I did. This is the thing, I've said this before, I know who a lot of these people are for a year now. I haven't reached out to him because I have no. If I was really such a villain, I would have reached out to these people. The thing is, I just don't want them calling my mother's house trying to harass the woman. They want to sit here and be dickheads on the internet. It's a free fucking planet. They can be dickheads on the internet.
Follow them. Hold on. Reach down. What way?
I haven't called. No, I haven't called any of them. I haven't sent them like anything through FedEx. I haven't showed up at their house. I haven't done anything of that nature.
But you've sent DMs to lots of them.
I've talked to people privately, yeah, in DMs. I haven't done anything publicly. I tried to do everything respectfully and okay, and everyone decided they had to shout everything from mountaintops. That's why I've said before, a lot of these people were all angry and everything. They took private things and went public with it. And when you're talking to people privately, you tend to be a little bit more forward.
Can you understand why they went private with this, though?
Public?
Oh, public, sorry.
Yeah, because apparently a lot of these people are a little bit soft. And somebody like me, they weren't used to. And look, I'm being completely honest here. I'm fully aware I'm Sicilian. I'm from New York. I got the accent. I have the attitude. That's the way I speak. And a lot of these people are going off of what they've seen in movies and TV, and it has them spooked.
Right.
I understand that.
Hold on, motherfucker. You sent somebody a picture of their fucking kid talking about throwing them in a wood chipper, and you can and will find them. Like, what?
No, I never said I was going to throw that kid in the wood chipper. I said,
I said you're talking about them being thrown in a wood chipper, feet first.
He should feed.
I can and will find all of you.
Your point?
Yeah, and you're soft, right? That's just me palling around, fucking joking around with the boys.
No, I don't like these people. I've made it clear.
You should feed your fucking kid to a wood chipper. Here's a picture of him, by the way.
Yeah, I think it's highly.
I'll fucking find you. I can and will find all of you. Like, fuck.
And I'll say this.
Fuck
and I'll
out
say
of here, douchebag. You LARPing fucking faggot. Nobody's scared of you because you ain't gonna do shit. You just sit there with your fucking cane and your butt plug fur tail, hobbling around a goddamn music. I'm sorry, Juice. I can't fucking do it anymore, dude. I can't fucking do it anymore. If this cocksucker sent me a picture of my fucking kid, oh, I would lose it.
Well, let me find one then, and I'll send it to you.
Oh!
I'll see if you actually do something.
There it is.
You're not gonna do nothing. You don't look, buddy.
What?
I'm guessing, bro. I can smell the fucking Cheetos coming off you from here. You're not gonna do nothing. I'll bet, bro. I will bet my left nut you're probably a ginger, and you're probably about 400 pounds. You're probably touching right now. Am I right?
Furiously
I bet
masturbating
anything.
in my mother's basement, right?
I'm sure you are. You're the one volunteering it up. I just got to know, are you wearing sandals and socks? And can you see them past your gut with the fanny pack? And I bet you it's one of those fucking pink ones, and you probably got one of them gooseball zipper
They don't
pulls.
make a fucking fanny pack big enough, asshole.
What, do you use a backpack then? Okay.
No, I have a fucking slave that carries my shit for me. While they follow me around to my rascal. How about that?
Oh, okay. Okay, so we're gonna proceed further with this, or we're gonna do a dick measuring contest all night? If we're
Well-
gonna do a dick measuring contest, I'm gonna go for the backpack.
Scooby, you were saying the other day behind the scenes to me that you wouldn't actually follow through on about any of this. Would you ever turn up to someone's house and actually beat the shit out of them, or try and do physical violence or harm to another person because of online beefs?
I'm glad you added that caveat. Because of online, no, not because of online
any reason.
beefs.
For any reason.
Yeah, for any reason, yeah, but not because of any of this online shit.
Right. But
Yeah.
you were saying that you would go around
with your cane.
So, but the other day you were saying that you would go around there, but you wouldn't. But you would just try and talk to them, or stick a camera in their face, or something like that.
I am a journalist. I mean, I am curious. Some of these people, you know, I wouldn't mind going and just like doing some guerrilla shit and rolling up on them with a camera and a microphone. That thought has crossed my mind because I would think it would be funny.
I mean, there's
Limp
so
up in
many.
your face.
But there is so many of.
Yeah,
these.
you're gonna sneak up on some. Oh, no. Tap, tap, tap with your fucking cane.
Wallet chain rattling.
So mean.
Jinko's dragon, tail swishing.
I don't own any Jinkos.
Because Scooby, you got to understand, like there is so many of these, though. Like I've got a whole list here, and this is only part of them. Like, look, I'm coming to slit your throat and pull out your tongue of your fucking neck and strangle from it. I will literally kill
Liz
you.
Reptile has 2 buttholes. Liz Reptile has 2 buttholes.
Right.
Okay, sorry.
Do you think I give a shit? Do you think I care?
know.
Oh, please, you little fucker. I'm going to come and kill you.
Hold on. Okay, so you're. I'm looking at the video of these threats that you're reading off. Please go into the group chat that we are in and look at the way Scooby types. As crazy as it makes me, he capitalizes every noun, whether they're proper or not.
Yep.
It drives me insane, but it drives him insane not to do it. Now read these fucked up texts sent out. This is not Scooby. First of all, he is a little more creative than that. And second of all, let's see.
All right. Well, no. That's fair enough.
If raping somebody, Scooby would never do that.
Right.
He would never.
I remember you talking about this. So let's just put these ones
What do you
aside.
flambe someone in their yard in front of their family?
Like, because then there's this one here. Is this Scooby? Let Leaf know.
Hold on. Would he flambe somebody? Terra.
Not unless they really did something wrong, and that had to be something really, really bad.
So flambeing somebody is
yeah,
within the realm of possibility, but rape,
Okay,
that's outside
look
of
at
it.
his writing style. Let Leaf know, and every capital letter is a type of noun. That's Scooby.
No, isn't a noun.
So let Leaf know that I know where she lives since
No,
she's
isn't a noun.
Canadian. Yeah, okay. It was
Since isn't a noun.
It's the way he does it. It drives me insane.
What are you
It makes
talking
me
about?
wanna
No,
time, but it's the way he
those
types.
aren't nouns.
No, they're not.
What are you talking
nouns.
about?
This one's a pronoun. This one's a proper noun. This one's just a verb. That one's a
Like
pronoun.
what?
All right. Well, can we read these out, or are we going to get stuck on grammar? Okay. So Scooby, you have.
That's her fucking.
Scooby, you have
That's
terrible
her. That's
grammar.
her fucking rock solid proof that it's not him. It's the grammar.
She's saying that these ones aren't him, not the other ones. Just these ones. I have a theory about who they actually were. This is him talking to Giga down here as well. So this one says, since she's a Canadian, it's not a crime for me to tell you that her life is going to be permanently altered if she keeps running her mouth. That seems like a threat.
You know what I mean about the Jennifer shit she was going on?
No, I got basically what it was. She lives in Canada. Basically everything that she says and does on here is illegal. If I report her, she's going to go to jail for a long time. That's life altering. I understand the way I worded it. It sounds a lot more menacing. That was me being a bit of a prick.
Alright. Well, I guess it could be perceived as a threat. And then the other
Hold
thing
on
is...
a second.
Wait a minute.
Have you watched Andy Worsley's stream?
No, I don't watch Warski.
That motherfucker ain't in jail yet. This bitch can get away with whatever the fuck she's done on here by far. What?
Probably because no one's reported them.
I was going to point
Stretch, is there like, do you have a head injury that you laugh so much? I'm just curious. I'm not trying to be a dick, I'm just asking. I didn't want to get on you. You seem to laugh a lot. Yeah, that's all. I just was curious, bro.
You're a joke.
You're a funny faggot. You say stupid shit. It's fucking funny.
Unbelievably stupid shit.
I'm not gay, but all right. If you think I'm funny, that's on, bro.
How the fuck do you do it, Juice? Not laughing at this fucking faggot is impossible.
I'm good.
I've been muted for 90% of the stream. I've been muted for 90% of the stream. Dying. I had bronchitis all motherfucking week. You know how hard it is for me to laugh? I have been choking, red-faced, fucking gagging, laughing so hard at this fucking shit. Unbelievable.
Look at these bugs.
2 hours of this shit.
But Scooby,
look at these bugs.
You're also
Well,
saying...
I'm glad you're highly entertained, man. I mean, if you want to pull up another chair, if you're afraid you're going to fall through the first.
What?
Shut up, faggot.
But,
dude, nothing that's left your mouth all fucking night has made any goddamn sense, you fucking weirdo.
Scooby,
I don't know if it's me in the video. I don't wear furry tails, but the dude in the video has a furry tail, but I don't know if that's me or not. You're a fucking faggot, dude.
And Scooby, the other point is that Leaf just mentioned that, like you said, that Leaf is going to go to jail from the stuff that she was doing. But then before you're saying that you don't know who's actually done anything that is illegal or anything like
In
that.
America, I know in Canada, any of the shit that she says is a crime at this point.
So what has Leaf done? What has Leaf done?
She called someone a nigger?
Yeah, you're not allowed to do any of that shit in our country.
Say it like that. I'm gonna die. I can't.
All right. So the other thing that you're saying is that the main reason that you're making the threats is because you wanted the calls to your mother to stop. That you're worried about your mum. Is that correct? That this was all.
Well, I wasn't threatening anybody. I was just telling them again. Don't call the house. That's it. Don't call the house because that's what's going to happen. That's it.
All right. As far as this threat stuff, because Terra, behind the scenes, we were talking the other day about the threats and the warnings and stuff. Is it true that that Scooby may not be saying that things are a threat because of the legal ramifications, and he just can't admit to that sort of thing publicly?
Depending on who it's to, no, he cannot not admit nor deny anything.
And that might be the reason why we're just having a bit of trouble with definitions. Would that
correct?
Okay. Awesome. The other thing is Scooby, that I wanted to bring up is these things from DMs from Pox Toxic.
Pox.
Now.
Yeah, could you say that again? I didn't hear what you said.
The other thing I just wanted to mention before we move on is the DMs between you and Pox Toxic. and I will read them out. The only problem is the order that he sent them in. They're bloody all messed up.
Oh, goody.
Okay, so this is what it says. Pox, I'm going to tell certain people that other folks have been calling here threatening my mother. It's going to spill into real life. I'm done with this internet cocksuckery. And then Pox says, has this been happening for real? And then you reply, no, but that doesn't matter. These people don't care. Ooh, dude, that's not helping your case. Don't use your mum as ammo. That's no cool, seriously. And then you say, no, these low-life fucks with me, they deserve the rain I'm about to bring. So I guess the accusation here is that you're using your mum as a vendetta. Or that, and the amount of phone calls.
The excuse? You mean the excuse that he's been using this entire fucking time?
Well, there is actual phone calls. They are recorded that I was going to play.
Well, eventually it'll get to that fucking point. You keep bitching at everybody about calling your fucking mother. Eventually somebody will.
So
stick a street lamp up your ass.
Well, there's definitely the one
front
where
of your fucking family.
There's definitely the ones where AP and Geek called up. Is there any other phone calls that you know about, Scooby?
Yeah. Now, when I was talking to Pox about this, this was, I think, in November or December. These calls that I did start getting didn't come till a few months later.
November 14, 2018, just to...
Yeah. So the calls didn't come till a couple months later. Now, this is the thing. I'm not going to make you go through the entire conversations I had with Pox.
Yeah.
But Pox and I would go back and forth a lot about things like this. I mean, there were times Pox was talking to me about killing everyone in his anger management. You know, but again, it was an anger management group. I didn't really think that, he was actually going to go and wax everybody in there. And there was a lot of things to go forth with. So
what does that have to do with you?
One of those things I
spilling the beans on your whole fucking scheme here, dummy.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, like...
What does Pox and his anger management have anything to do with you spilling the beans on your whole fucking scheme here, dummy?
Whatever, Hefner. Anyway, like I was saying, so when I talked to Pox about this, what?
Dipshit, I asked you a question.
And what was the question?
What does the context of the situation have anything to do with you spilling the beans in those DMs on your whole fucking scheme here, dummy?
I don't see how I exactly have a scheme.
Well, it says that you're planning...
I'm going to tell certain people that other folks have been calling here, threatening my mother.
Yeah, I didn't exactly think that they were going to call.
IRL.
And I didn't exactly think they were going to call here. And I'll say it to you a third time. I didn't think they were actually going to call here.
But you have made accusations that the phone calls have been constant and consistent, and there's been many of them. There's 2 recordings which I can play.
Yeah, and I have, like I told you, this, again, when I had said this to Pox, this was months before I even started getting one phone call. So, I mean, I didn't honestly think anyone was going to start calling here. But then again, I didn't think Sylvanas Dark Angel was going to give my information out to everybody. So,
all right.
Yeah.
And just
dude, if you start yelling in your neighborhood to try to frame somebody, this motherfucker down the street, he broke into my house from my back window. He knows I've got a broken lock on it. He fucking broke into my house. You're trying to frame that guy, right? He never did anything. And then motherfuckers start going around breaking in your back window because it has a broken lock. What the fuck do you think is going to happen, dummy?
Well, that doesn't excuse the people who broke into the house for breaking in. If that's what you're trying to say. Well, Scooby said that his house was broken, so I just walked up in there. No, that's why.
Well, breaking and entering is against the law. Calling somebody isn't.
Yeah, but that's like saying that my friend died of heroin and then you ring up other people and start making threats. It does.
Or just coming out of the blue and saying, I'm going to make up that people have been calling my mom.
Like, that's all I'm saying. It does work both ways.
Justify all this shady bullshit I've been doing for you.
Yeah. It's not.
How long has this been going on? When did you threaten to gouge that kid's eyes out? How long ago was that?
Oh, I never threatened anybody, but
Well, when
let me
did you
see.
tell him that if you saw him, you were gonna blind him? How long
I don't
ago
know.
was that?
That's got to be at least a year and a half ago now, probably.
So-
About
Let's say 18 months ago that happened.
that.
Nobody called your mother. Well, you. Nobody did shit to you until you decided to tell people have been calling your mother harassing her 16 months ago, 15 months ago.
No, I had talked to
I mean, it's
Pops,
already-
and then
So there
a
were
few
15
months
months
later.
of you fucking around before you told me.
I know that. I know. He's retarded. You can't really talk to a retard, so I'll just let him be a retard, and when he's done being a retard, I'll respond. All right.
Go for it.
Like I was saying, I didn't expect these morons to actually call here. You asked me point blank about the thing with Pox, and I'm telling you, yeah. I said this to him as I said many things in passing to the guy.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I'm getting calls here. Now, I've had people actually suggest to me that when they seen what Pox and me were talking about, that was when they said, oh, we can just literally point out to this and we're good. So that's one possibility. The other possibility is it's just unrelated coincidence that these shitheads decided that they got the information and they were going to call. That's all it was. And again, I've said before to these people, just don't fucking call here. I really, they don't matter to me past that. For whatever reason, they're pissed off at me. They don't want me streaming on here. I haven't been streaming or putting up content much because I'm up until, the Terra and Burnside came here with the laptop that they brought. I didn't even have a decent working laptop.
Yeah.
If you look at the content on my channel, I don't deal with any of these YouTube people at all, except when I was streaming. Most of my content is on local historical shit. It's all boring stuff. Again, I'm not interested in these YouTubers. I haven't been, and I've tried telling a bunch of them this, and the problem is some of these people they don't want to let it go, and they keep coming back, and it's getting annoying. But again, I've tried my best to just tell people, look, fuck off.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? You're not interested in these YouTubers. All of this started because that's all you're interested in.
No, what I
You
was
got
interested
ass
in was getting on
because you didn't get on a
the
fucking
air to try to get people to go to more too. I said that in the beginning, and I'm saying it to you again. If that's something that isn't vapid enough for you, so you just can't simply buy into it, I'm sorry that you have such a hollow fucking existence. But I honestly was only looking to use these schlubs' platform to try to get people to come to more too. That's it.
What is this? What is this? More
It's called Mother of All Rallies. We're trying to get people to come to the second one because we had a shit turnout for the first one because there wasn't enough advertising. It's a rally that was going on in DC.
It's just a political rally. That's what he was trying to get on the stream to advertise.
All right.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, political rally.
So you started up the streaming.
No.
You
He
started
wanted
up
to go
the
on
stream.
the birthday stream to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to just get enough I was basically trying to get the message out to as many people as I could. So I was trying to use the stream as a platform to try to say, hey, look, we're going to have this rally in DC next year. We didn't have a good turnout last year. We're trying to get more people to come down to the rally. And, I was planning on answering a few of their questions and, talking to them or whatever I wanted to try to generate a little bit of interest in the rally. That was basically the main thing.
Were watching the stream? Hey, Leaf, how many people were watching the stream?
It's about 150 on YouTube, 13 on Bitwave.
Not this one.
Oh, that's
Dipshit.
I don't know. Sorry. I was looking at the numbers as you asked me. I was paying attention. Here we
Cloud
go.
chasing
Thanks, Burnside. Burnside sent through a thing of the actual event, so we can play this. I'll just have it muted. Oh, there's Burnside. Oh, there you go.
That's all fine. I'll talk to you later. It's fine. No. By all means. So anyways, why do we want to wipe away the darkest hours of our history? We need to learn from the mistakes
Oh,
of
it's
our
the one where
past
you
so we
nearly
can
closed
keep-
the...
It's as simple as that.
All right.
I don't think we should get rid of these statues, get rid of our history.
No, it's the Mother of All Rallies.
Yeah, I'll just mute it because I was just showing an example of what you were talking about. Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
Burnside.
Oh, okay. It takes place in the.
That was at the
pickup.
No, that was
Chucky trailer park.
No, that was the link. That was the National Mall. It was in between the.
Well, I know that.
Yeah.
But
Those
this
people,
whole
though.
rally, you didn't rent out the whole fucking mall for the rally. It takes place in the bed of a pickup in the mall.
Why are we caring about this?
I don't know.
I don't
You put
fucking
the
know.
fucking
You're the
video
one that's
on stream.
talking about it.
Well, the excuse to go on the stream is to drum up support for this rally. I can't imagine there's tens of thousands of fucking people watching this birthday stream.
Again, I'd only been doing this for like a time.
Well, dude, it doesn't mean you can't fucking count. What do you think?
No,
All 100? Let's say there's 250 people watching. You think all 250 live in DC? We're gonna go to this rally?
Fuck yeah.
Alright. Okay, that's your point then. Alright, well, let's go.
It's an unbelievable. My point is that it's an unbelievable excuse to want to go on this stream. You wanted clout, just like every other fucking wannabe e-celeb.
No, I'm not interested in e-celebrity at
That's
at all,
100%.
actually.
And that's what
That's
AP
100%
said,
what it was
yes.
about.
That's what AP
Yeah, and so
You're a
okay,
clout
so
chasing- you're a clout chasing, LARPing Goomba faggot.
no, sorry to burst your bubble. I'm not interested.
And you
in
wear a
any of that
fucking
shit.
tail, and you sashay around, and your little fucking foxtail waves around behind your fat ass.
You're
Tell me
really
you can't
enjoying
recognize-
this, huh?
Tell me you
Let
can't
just
fucking
ask-
recognize yourself.
I did
yo.
While you
tell
do
you
this
that
description there, huh? Because it sounds to me like you're really relishing talking about this.
I
You
love
keep
it, dude.
talking- You keep talking about me with this fucking tail on. Is this like something that you got running through your head? I mean, am I wearing
Oh, I
anything
just
else in
can't
this little
believe-
fucking fantasy of yours too? Because you keep going over
do
it
you mean
over and over and
fantasy?
over.
What
I
do you
mean,
mean
you keep
fantasy?
talking about me
I saw
wearing a
the video
fucking
just
tail
like you.
over and over and over. I mean, what is with this? With
I
you with this
mentioned it
fucking
twice.
tail? I'm just
I've
curious.
mentioned it twice.
I mentioned
No,
it
you
too.
mentioned it like
I think I specifically
3
referred to
times
it
in
as
the past
a
5-10
butt
minutes.
plug tail.
That's my whole point. You see, it keeps going on. I mean, what?
Implying that you're a faggot
Let me
that
see.
wears a foxtail in public.
12:57 a.m. my time. By 1:05, is this going to graduate any further? I mean, is it going to go past butt plug? Are we going to move on to something else? I mean, how much further is this fantasy of yours going to
Well,
devolve?
you got the big industrial
know.
jug
You're
of
the
lube. I
fucking
think
one
we
that's
can
in
go
the-
through all kinds of shit.
You're the one that's into that
Well,
shit.
stretch. The link is there. I don't know.
Does it go beyond tail?
Order,
Your suit,
you know.
buddy?
I need this lube because I like the jug.
I mean, all we can really tell you is that if you want to believe in
I bought this liquor for the bottle.
personality.
Look at this dick. Look at all this shit you can do with a rubber cock.
Alright, let's go into, because we were going to play this, the harassing phone calls that AP, Geek, and I think Levers is a different one, but we're going to play these. Let's do it.
Hey, yeah, this is Donnie Viggs. I live about 4 houses down from you. Last night you let your little dog out and he took a giant dump on my lawn. It's the size of the dog, the damn thing. Look, I need you to come pick this poop up. I got the right people?
Sounds like he hunt there.
Hello?
Hold the fuck on. Hold on.
There's all the poop on...
Hold on.
Yeah.
No. That's beyond the fucking pale. That's too much. Scoob, I'm sorry. I'm on your side now. That's fucking despicable. AP, I can't believe you fucking did that. You piece of shit.
Well, there's other stuff that AP's done. We're going to...
You're gonna fucking talk to an old lady like that?
Horrible.
It's fucking scumbag.
Alright, while we're paused, let's go through donations. Sandwich donated $1. Liz Reptile is a dumb cunt with 2 buttholes. To pay rent. And Scooby the Undertaker donated $1. Keep laughing, half. It will be 61. Okay, I don't know what that reference is. Let's keep playing these. The next one is Geek, I think? Or Leaf, I can't remember.
61 people that he's buried.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
There's the reference.
Hey.
All right.
Look at DMs when you get a chance.
Yep. I'm gonna keep playing this. No, I'll have a look.
Scooby? Why aren't you saying anything?
So yeah, that's Scooby.
Oh, speaking of which, let me try this again because I want to see if I can get a hold of his mom.
Those DMs.
Let me try calling her again.
By the way.
I was getting confused.
Yeah, it is part of the video.
Hello, we are not available now.
I'm gonna leave a message.
Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
Hi, Margaret. My name's Jeremy. If you could please call back this number that's in your caller ID. I have to talk to you about your son, Joe Sculderi. He's been making some threats online, and he's claiming that you're getting harassed. And I have a feeling the reason that you're being harassed is due to the fact that he's threatening people's lives with the mob. The mob? I don't know if there's an actual connection to this. But, I mean, if you could please give me a call back, I'd like to talk to you before I actually escalate this to the police. I have a recording that you could hear as well, just so you can understand that I'm being very serious. I do appreciate you taking the time to listen to this, and
I disavow. That is cross the line.
All right. Well,
Cross
that's
the line,
so.
Jeremy.
That's the phone calls. So, to your
You
knowledge,
son of a bitch.
To your knowledge, Scooby, is there any other phone calls that you know of, or do you think there is?
I think there might be. I'm gonna have to. Like, this is the thing. Part of the thing now with Terra and Burnside being here is we're gonna probably try to talk to my sisters. See about getting my mother to let us look at the phone records. She's a very private woman. She basically, like, I had only found out about that phone call from Geek by happenstance. She hides things from me. Doesn't want me to know that things like that are going. So, as far as I know,
Pick up the house phone on occasion.
I'm usually not here. So I'm not home a lot of the day. I'm out a lot. I'm not trying to sound like a dick when I say it like that. I'm really sometimes too busy. There's a lot of times where I'll come on Discord. I'm not on here some clip.
You're breaking up again.
Oh, sorry. I'm not on here sometimes for days at a clip. Because I get too busy with real life stuff. Damn dog, sorry.
Well, okay, so it seems like you don't know if there's been other ones, but they're the confirmed ones. Would that be correct?
Those are the only ones I can confirm right now.
Okay, that's fair enough. Terra, you have been awfully quiet, so why don't we just talk about the few little things that have got to do with you in particular, and then we'll move on. So there isn't too many accusations as far as threats and stuff. You've been at least better in that department from what the chat has been saying. But there is accusations about your relationships and you cheating on Burnside or something. So do you want to describe your relationship with Burnside for the chat so we can clarify this?
Sure. He and I are in a relationship, but when we are not together like we are right now, it's an open relationship because I live in Florida, he lives in Illinois.
Yeah.
So we can screw whoever we want, but when we're together, we are together.
Yeah, because there was an accusation about Pat, someone named Pat, who was another YouTuber that was that filmed or made YouTube videos as he was making his way down, that then came and stayed with you. And people were asking for you to clarify that. Would you be able to clarify that for us?
Oh yes, Pat and I fucked. No problem. There you go.
That's pretty much it. And so Burnside, of course, knew about this fact?
Yeah.
So he got cucked?
No. Okay, see, there's a difference. A lot of people like to throw around the word cucking. Cucking is about humiliation and dominance.
I don't think so.
Not only it's an in-person thing. When you cuck a man,
I think cucking's letting your bitch fuck another dude.
Yeah, I'd be humiliated if my old lady was fucking.
No, that's called cheating. But when the man
No.
knows about it and he's okay with it,
That makes him
and
a
he's out fucking
super
another bitch
cuck.
too, it's not cheating.
Hey, Burnside,
No.
when's the last time you got your wick wet?
Begging, ain't getting no pussy. Well, no, they're together at the moment.
Juice, you saw that fucking ROTC outfit.
What?
You saw that hat with 2 pins in it. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know. What do you dress up
Motherfucker
as, my
scooping
good
up
friend?
all the bitches at the fucking
the
what's that
Juggalo
goddamn
rally.
tabletop?
You'd be surprised when I go to anime conventions, man. Very snazzy.
Well, there was some time where Burnside, you were with a chick and that upset Terra because of the language that you used at one point and stuff as well. I think.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Yeah, it was Armenian. Yeah, the Armenian gal. Yeah. Oh, that was funny as hell. I was being an asshole, and she took it seriously. So I was like, well, I don't know. She's pretty neat looking. I mean, I don't think I can exactly date her or anything. And she took me seriously, like, you're gonna go after this hoe. Ah! And and I clarified later, and she's like, oh, okay. And that's really about it.
Yeah. No,
I had this Armenian chick that was into me at the time, and I was thinking of kicking it to her, and I was talking to her about it because I was thinking about it. I just had a very stupid way of typing it up and versus verbally explaining it. I mean, that's really about it. What else do you want me to tell you?
Well, I mean, that's the as I said behind the scenes, these are the accusations you guys were happy to talk about, so I thought we'd get it out of the way because, what's the deal, really? Because the other one is to do...
There is no deal. Yeah. It's a bunch of people projecting and masturbating to a fantasy that has not occurred, and I'm going to laugh at it as I have a beer.
Well,
I find this funny.
Yeah, because there is another accusation. There is another accusation that we need to go through first. And that's to do with Terra. So the other one, I don't think it was Pat. I think it was another person. And the accusation is that you gave him STDs, but that's not technically true. Terra?
Technically.
I don't know if there's technicalities in STDs.
Well,
nasty.
I think
You
Terra,
nasty
Terra,
girl.
did you want to explain this? Because that's the other accusation that we've got.
I am so tired right now.
We're about to get to call-ins, by the way. We're nearly there.
Lovely. To put it mildly, he lost his virginity originally to a hooker, but long before I met him. We messed around. He popped up with gonorrhea. I don't have gonorrhea. And they don't know how he got it. Because we both went and got tested, and I ain't got shit.
Right.
Wait.
So when the doctors explained this to you, how did they explain it then?
They explained that, literally, the bacteria for gonorrhea grows in the eyes, ears, nose, and mouth.
So you're just a carrier for gonorrhea.
Everybody's a carrier for a bunch of STDs. They just have to find the right hookup.
Well, no, it was supposedly he...
Huh? So you did give him STDs.
He gave himself STDs, technically.
Yes. He reactivated it, correct.
Reactivate? What was it, caught in a dick skin fold?
Dick.
No, I think it was in her body. So he went there for the first time.
Yeah, I'm sure it was in her
Then it
body.
became an STD. Then he went back, and then he got an STD. So technically, it wasn't her.
I don't have any STDs. I get checked every 3 months.
There you go.
Why?
Why? Because I like being
You fucking
careful.
around that much on your boy?
God
No.
damn, yeah. How many people are you fucking?
Oh
God
shit!
damn.
No, I'm
Burnside,
not fucking around that much. I promise.
every 3 months, dude. That's like hooker levels. Fucking. I mean, what is it? Porn star levels? So fucking getting checked. What, you work at the Bunny Ranch, bitch? Actually, I've seen the pictures. I know you don't. Bitch's mouth looking like a Venus flytrap.
You're getting fucking mean now. You're getting so mean.
You know when you're sexually active, and if you have unprotected sex, you're supposed to get checked every 90 days.
Not if you're exclusive.
Supposedly.
Not if you're
Yeah.
fucking one person.
Even if it's one person. If you sleep with one person and you've had unprotected sex, you should actually get checked every 90 days for the next 18 months.
What am I gonna catch fucking AIDS by osmosis? You stupid son of a bitch.
No, asshole. You want to actually keep checking your immune system to see if there's any
Secondhand
changes.
grids.
You can tell you don't get laid because you would know this.
What?
All right.
I said you can tell you don't get laid, you'd know this. If you were actually sexually active, you'd know how often you need to go get tested.
Crippled fucking fur fag.
You can call me whatever you want. I've actually gotten my dick wet.
You're
though.
actually a
That's the thing.
crippled fur fag, though.
And I've actually
That's the
seen
thing.
pussy
Yeah, but-
outside of a magazine half.
And I
Macros doesn't count.
Oh!
Oh, look at these bugs.
For all I
in the
know, you're
neighborhood.
sterile.
I love how you just keep changing the subject. The point of it is, I'll explain it to you. Right? I'll explain it to you and to the other virgins that are listening. If you have sex with a person and it's not protected sex, you have to get checked
Tara,
every 90
mute
days
yourself,
for the next
you dumb
18
fucking
months.
Mute yourself, Tara. I can hear fucking.
Yeah, if you're
Scooby
having a new
in
sex
stereo.
partner all the time, if you're with one person exclusively, you don't have to get STD tests because you're not with some nasty bitch who's letting every nigger in town run through her.
And I
Important
just said,
nigger
if
dick
you have
in
sex
Philly.
with one person and it's unprotected, if you don't know that history front to
You're a
back, you
fucking
should get...
retard. You're a
Again,
fucking
so I'm
retard.
guessing you're another person who just hasn't had sex yet. So I'll break it down for you, too.
Okay.
Yeah,
You go out and you have sex with a person. If you don't get prophylactic or some other form of protection, you have to get tested every 90 days for the next 18 months. Otherwise, you just use a condom. That's all. And you should still get tested, but there's no point to it.
All right. Now, this part of the stream is
right.
before we go into call-ins and stuff like that, is to go over any other accusations that you guys, I'm talking about Scooby, Burnside, and Terra, that you guys wanted to show or cover. Accusations about other people. I know there's a GoFundMe that AP tried to ruin. I've thrown them up on the screen. because-
Yeah.
Hold on. I've got a great question from the
I
chat.
had started a GoFundMe for a friend of mine who was injured badly, mind you, in a motorcycle accident. And he decided he was going to throw it up and say if Scooby's involved then it's fake, blah, blah, blah. So I hit him up with a message saying, dude, it's real. If you want, I can show you the articles for it. And he's like, well, if you want me to stop, then, put a leash on Scooby, blah, blah, blah. So I personally posted my messages up on Twitter because I had seen somewhere where he was saying that I was begging him not to dox Scooby. Never said it. So I posted, I'm like, dude, if you're going to say I'm begging you not to do something, how about you, not say something in text where I can prove I never said shit like that. And then he messages me later somewhere, I don't exactly remember, it could have been Twitter again, saying that, I should know that someone's going to leak the messages to him when I send them to someone. No, I posted them public. So, AP just likes to pull a whole bunch of bullshit lies.
Alright. Well, let's show some of the other things, because AP was saying then that, that he just kept trying to taint the GoFundMe because of Scooby and his actions? Is that what?
Yeah, and it was for my friend so he could pay his medical bills and his rent and shit because he's out of work. He broke his pelvis in 12 places, his arm in 5 places.
And how
he
did
was in a coma for over a month.
Yeah, and how did the GoFundMe go in the end?
We're still working on it, sadly.
All right. So, is there anything else that you guys want to cover? Any other evidence that you guys want to show up on the screen? This is your time to go before we go to call-ins.
You guys got anything else? Throw up here because I can't think of it. I'm sorry, my head is swimming because of all the shit I took, so I could actually sit here for this. So I'm a little bit like under the weather.
Well,
So,
what we're gonna do,
buddy.
what we're gonna do is throw out the Discord link, and
I'm gonna drop it right now.
I'm dropping
people
one
in.
now.
Can you put it in Bitwave as well, or send it to me and I'll?
I'll drop it in Bitwave.
Awesome.
Alright,
So
I dropped it in the YouTube chat.
I am going to talk and go over the stipulations for the rules again. So if you come into the Discord, Hef, shut the fuck up. If you come into the Discord,
website.
Oh, now I'm going to mute Hef. If you come into the Discord, then we will give you a role, I think it is, and then just jump into the waiting room. You will be muted while you're in the waiting room. Please don't just use the general text chat to at Scooby and Terra and all of that. Otherwise, the text chat will have to be deleted, so no adding at them, please. If you have a question, then you can DM it to me. Or you can put it in a donation, but we're not here for the money, so it's fine. The most important thing is that it has to be a question. It can't be multi-layered, a 30-second fucking thing. It can't be a statement. Make it a simple question. Then they're going to give you their response. Their response may involve, we're not talking about that, get fucked. I have no idea. Then you will get a chance to get your rebuttal. And then we are going to gas you if you've got another question. You will have to line back up. We're going to do this for a while, depending on time and other things. All right, is the Discord link out? I think we've got everybody in.
Yeah, it is.
So we can stop fucking talking over top of us. And let's bring
I could have rolled
some
myself, asshole. You're lucky I was coughing.
Okay, so do you have to roll the people first, Hef?
No, I mean we could just drag them in, but
Okay,
whatever.
so if they can jump.
rolled people.
Yeah, so they can jump in the waiting room. All right, our first person is Dick Daddy Foster. Let's bring him on. Dick Daddy Foster, you are live on EJAS. What is your question, sir?
Dick Daddy Foster.
Oh, you fucked up, nigger.
Dick Daddy Foster, you have been gassed. Thank you, Dick Daddy Foster. Maybe they can't talk.
Right.
We may have to bring them back in. All right, the next.
Shit. They might be on push to talk.
They may be.
Hold on, let me holler at a
This
nigga.
is your fucking Discord, dude.
No, it's not. Let me holler at somebody.
I'm just gonna check the other. I'll just check
My
to make
Discord.
sure we've got a few questions in the DMs as well. Just go and get them. Captain Astacular donated $1.49 Australian. Phony Soprano over here has to go get checked for STDs so often because they all yiffer dick he sucks. Because of all the yiffer dick he sucks. Sorry. Shenanigans donated $5. Hey Scooby, did your wife receive a call informing her about your homoerotic relationship with Burnside? Scooby, do you have a homoerotic relationship with Burnside? I'm guessing no.
Nah, he's all Terra's.
There you go. AP donated $3. Scooby, if Gold City did nothing wrong, why did you send Ghastly's address and photos to his house, to Tom P and Irate Prostate, saying that you were going to hurt them? Scooby, that's a question for you.
I don't recall saying I was going to hurt anybody. And I don't recall talking to Irate Prostate about Ghastly. I'm being sincere.
It says
Me
that
and Tom P.
sent Ghastly's address and phone of his and photos of his house to Tom P, Irate Prostate, saying you were going to hurt them. Okay.
I never sent anybody's address. Now the thing is this, like the thing with Tom is Tom's the one who decided he was going to start all this YouTube mafia nonsense when he approached me with this just insane shit. And he basically, the DMs we had, he kept saying over and over again that Ghastly was the godfather and Ghastly was running this fucking YouTube mafia. So Basically, when this idiot
Can you
was
shut
doing
the door?
this,
Thank you.
he kept dropping Gasly's name and Gasly's name. It's part of the reason I hit Tom up.
Right. Okay.
So that's basically how it went with him. And see, the thing is this. Again, I just don't want to be bothered dealing with these fucking people for the most of it. Is, you know, they keep coming at me. It's been over a year. It's one of these things like, I don't know what the fuck more they want. And so, again, people are talking about some of these responses. You got to realize this has been going on for years now, where I got some of these people coming out of the woodwork, hitting me up. And I just wanted to reiterate before you would ask me if those 3 messages were the only ones I had. Yeah. There were other phone calls. Those are the only ones that left messages. They had right off, and I wouldn't have been cool with the call.
It's cutting out a tiny bit, but then again, what you were saying before is the fact that you didn't know about any other phone calls. So you do know about phone calls, just not messages.
Right? No, that's what I was saying to you, sister, about getting my mother. Let me look at the phone record transcripts because she doesn't want me to even. You got to realize it's her house, it's her phone. I got to respect her wishes if she doesn't want even the redacted ones brought up front. This is part of the thing that Burnside and Terra were trying to help me talk to her about, so I could actually get these things redacted and show them.
All right. Let's bring on our hopefully first caller. Let's see if this works. I know Farrad has been DMing me a lot, so let's just bring him in. Farrad, you are live on EJAS. What is your question, sir?
It's not really a question. I just got something to say real quick.
All right. See you later.
Juice, you're fucking killing me.
What?
Why'd you pull him out?
You keep dragging me around. I was doing shit,
Hold on.
yanking you out of the fucking rooms.
I didn't do that.
Wait. I'm trying to figure something out with Ferret.
Well, he just pulled Ferret in to fucking say what.
Yeah, I know, and I was trying to figure that out.
I didn't do it.
Yo, you tossed Scoob out.
Just bring him in.
Oh my.
No, I don't know which Scooby switched. I don't know who's pulling who. It's not me.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I don't know. I'm doing everything right. So just stop pulling around people and we'll be fine. Okay, next person is Dispatch.
Oh my god.
They will finally get a question. I didn't. Dispatch, you are live on EJAS. What is your question?
Oh, EarJuice, check it. EarJuice, check your DMs.
All right.
It's all right. So you stated multiple times tonight that you'd been reporting people to the FBI for all this stuff that you considered like tax evasion and everything. And I've actually gone through that process before. And the process requires like a substantial amount of evidence of the actual money, the amounts, the dates. And you actually send that to the IRS, not the FBI.
I said the IRS.
I don't believe that you ever submitted or did anything there.
I said IRS.
For the claim.
I don't care what you think, honestly. I'm sorry to rain on your parade.
Okay.
I don't care if you get hit by a
follow up. You stated also that they had multiple businesses at a single address. That's how business registration works when you use a company. They put them all under a single address, so that way they can use different blocks and they can keep track of it. Did you check the names on those registered companies to see if they were the same?
No, yeah, they weren't the same.
So then they were the same company.
Right, and they were all using the same address and the same phone number and the same suite.
Yeah, because a company can hire like a law firm to register their company for them in a different state. And the requirement is that they have a mailbox there that somebody collects mail at. And so
right, but this wasn't a P.O. box. This was an actual physical address they were all at. It wasn't a P.O. box.
But they all had different names on all the businesses, which means that they were all different companies. They weren't the same people. And it costs $1,000 at least to use a company like that to register a business. So you're trying to claim that they were trying to write off basically a couple $100 in taxes by registering $10,000 worth of businesses.
Again, I'm just telling you what was sent to me.
Yeah.
Again, and this is what I went with.
Okay. Well, that's why I kept him on because he,
very much at all. You just need to like basically go off of your gut instinct, and it's usually wrong. You do zero research, and you're reporting people to the Fed.
Fucking retarded, Dispatch. He's retarded. He got. You tell this fucking guy that somebody's planning a scheme to fucking turn the ocean purple. He'll run to the FBI with it. According to him.
You're just literally wasting their time at best.
Which
right.
have you ever gotten a response or a case
You're
number
probably on
from
fucking
anybody?
disability with the way you describe your accident, which makes you just think that you're literally just a leech on society.
All right, dispatch. Thank you.
Goodbye.
And we will
Bring
see
in
you later.
Master Betty. Bring in Master Betty.
All right, fine. We'll bring in. Who is it again? Weeb. Captain Weeb, you are live on EJAS. What is your question, sir?
Oh, hello, Boganai. I have a question for Scooby.
You're about to get gassed.
Oh, that's not nice.
Well, then ask it.
So, why do you threaten this random people, man? You just like, is it like a Sicilian thing? I'm Sicilian. I don't go around acting like a tough guy online.
Hey, it's a fucking muley.
Hey,
we got a couple of fucking muleys in the
Let him
chat.
answer. Let him answer. It's a Q&A. What's...
Well, he obviously hasn't been listening to the stream, and it's not a racial thing or a genetic thing or a cultural thing. This is more of a neighborhood thing. The fact that I'm Sicilian doesn't have shit to do with it. The fact that you're Sicilian happy, kudos for you.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to be
Fucking pay
Sicilian.
attention to a single thing he fucking said on the stream. He fights fucking MMA champions in the street.
It's threats. We just don't call them that. It's suggestions. I suggest you kill yourself.
The promises. I didn't say I was gonna kill you.
Sorry,
I said I piss on you to fucking put the fire out. That makes it not a threat no more.
Any last words,
Understand?
Captain Weeb?
Good show so far, guys.
All right, thank you. All right, back in the waiting here, guys. All right, next we have...
EarJuice, check your DMs real
Yeah,
quick.
I did.
Cool.
Sorry, AP,
Awesome.
it didn't work out for you. He's caught you. Krugel, let's see what he says. Krugel, you're live on EJAS. You got one question. You better unmute pretty quickly.
Okay, I was gonna ask, does this guy cuck his wife?
Who?
Go away.
Who?
All right. Hey, nice to see you guys. Nice to see you guys.
Go fucking kill yourself, you
He doesn't
fucking
even
faggot.
know who we're fucking talking about. God damn it.
Why did you bring him in here?
Oh, I want to see what he would say. All right, let's do this. I know it's gonna be bad. Giga, I think it's Giga. Giga, you are live on EJAS. What is your question?
Hey, Scooby.
What do you want, shitball?
Why the fuck were you? Did you want to call our fingers off when we had Gulf City in our usernames?
I don't want to cut your fingers off, asshole. I specifically said that people will hold you down and cut them off. There's a difference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no, boy. No, shut up.
Yes.
All right.
You got another question, asshole, or you gonna sit here wasting fucking airtime?
To be fair, you always are just wasting time, Mr. Scoobikin.
That's a
you wonder
statement.
why? And I'm the fucking imposter.
All right, see ya.
I'm happy for you, Susie.
All right, next we've got Shenanigans.
I didn't say I was gonna fucking cut your fucking fingers off. I
Uh,
said some peoples was gonna cut your fucking fingers off. There's a
Yeah. Go put the fucking Pop Tarts in your fanny pack, asshole.
Shenanigans.
I told you they don't make them my size, dumbass.
You've got a question for the
Scooby.
or the other ones. Okay, off you go.
Scooby,
Yeah.
why the fuck have you not gotten a fucking job?
You got a really nice mouth, sweetheart. You know that? Anyone ever tell you that? Oh, fuck off, Stretch. You've never seen pussy. So seriously, Shenanigans, what's good? You got any nudes you want to send me, sweetheart? I'll tell you, if
get a lot
there's
of
anything
pussy
that's
with
going to
that
make me
fairy
throw up, just don't send them to me, okay?
Boy, I want to hear. Hold on. All right.
Seriously, can we get anyone with some serious questions here?
Yeah,
Come on. Enough with the balls busting. Can we get some genuine questions here?
Yeah, I've got a question actually.
Seriously, enough of the gaslighting here. I know this is all funny with the song and dance, but come on.
I have heard that you are unreasonably gorgeous, man.
Shut up, nigger.
Shut the fuck up, Burnside. I'm not talking to you, mongoloid.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, now shut the fuck up. Scooby, I have heard that you are an unreasonably gorgeous man. So gorgeous and stunning to the point where you will drive straight men to touch themselves at the mere vision of your face. Is this true?
I personally think I'm ugly as sin. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with these people.
But you reckon that this has happened?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Do you want to just quickly describe an example of this?
No, I'd really rather not, bro. It's cool. Just take my word for it. There's some weird fucking people on here.
Alrighty. Burnside, I'm also showing this stuff on screen. Do you quickly want to talk about it while I start going through it? That you DM me?
I bet Damage will ask a question.
Burnside?
You sure you want me to talk? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you're not
Busting your boys' balls.
Yeah, so
Tell you to shut up, motherfucker.
what are
I'll mute
these
you.
DMs
Closing statement
that we are showing?
Okay. Since I'm looking at it, before you got, just we're asking about Tom P, or Tom P was brought up about how he talks about the YouTube Mafia. I thought I'd throw in just the vernacular that he uses as context.
Yeah. Okay.
That's really about it.
Yeah, I'll just start going through them as people are talking. Alright, let's go back to questions. Hopefully it's a question. Samaj, you're live on EJAS. What is your question for the group, sir?
I want to ask Scooby why the fuck he's out in public with a tail rammed up his faggot ass.
Well, I already said that's not.
I mean, that's not.
I already said that's not me, but I'll say to you, if you're looking to buy one, Samich, if you're looking to buy one, I'd suggest asking Hef because he apparently has a heavy interest in those things.
Just come to Scooby for the Yubin dildos.
If you're looking to buy one, probably look in Scooby's Amazon wish list.
Alright, I know that ferret. Thank you so much. I know that ferret.
Since it seems to save everything else.
Let's get Ferret back in. Hopefully it's a question this time. Ferret, we're going to try again. What is your question?
Oh, yes, here we go. Yay.
Are you a tranny?
Question.
Get
gassed again.
yeah.
No, that's a dude.
Yeah.
5.
Oh, hail Addy, hail Timma, hail Carl, hail AP, hail...
Alright.
That fucking kid never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah, there you go. Paul Sakiro or Sicario, you are live on EJAS. What is your question?
Yeah, I'm Paul Cicero. I was just wondering. First question, Scooby, do you think you're fooling anybody with this? Real question, do you think you are fooling anybody with this? So.
Alright, are you going to respond to AP, sir? It's clearly AP.
Hey, who's AP? I don't know no AP. This is Paul Cicero, La Casa Nostra.
Hey. Oh!
Second question, how you from the neighborhood when you're from Long Island? No!
If this is the Paul Cicero I'm thinking of, his stage name is Gloria Pinfeathers, and he's usually down in the village, heading out to Pink Flyers to the Pleasure Palace.
I'm not threatening you, but if you keep talking like that, some people might cut off your fingers. Oh!
Why are you so familiar with that joint, Scooby?
I thought you were
Scooby, why do you say
everyone knows Gloria Pinfeathers?
People's
Gloria
houses
Pinfeathers
around the
is
other
the tranny
people.
that everyone knows from basically the Peacock train.
All right. First of all, okay, jigs up, guys. It's me. Let me stop bullshitting for a second. Just say thank you guys for coming on to EJAS tonight. It has been completely enlightening. I'm not here to start shit.
Well,
I wanted to just say, because I do comedy, but all the same, thank you guys for coming on. I know I'm not supposed to be here, but I broke in under a false guise. It is no one here's fault. I just wanted to say to Terra Synn, you will return.
FBI, open up!
Hey! You will return Captain Solo and the Wookiee to me. Okay? And as far as to Scooby, you have fooled nobody tonight. And you've not rationalized sending picture how you can find people, hunt down their address, their name, their kids, send them CPS links, send them FBI links, and that's all okay. Hunting down my kid's picture because it's on the internet is okay.
Yeah.
Somebody Google Earth's your address and finds your fucking mom waving at the Google Maps truck. Oh boy, you done shit your fucking pants. Can you please explain how that's not hypocritical, sir?
Yeah, really simple. You used your daughter's picture as your profile picture. You put it out there.
Your mom waved at the Google Maps truck.
My mother wasn't involved in this. And
my daughter wasn't either. Shit.
But you put your daughter's picture out there, you moron.
on my
brought it
Facebook.
up. It don't matter. You put her out there.
So somehow, but your mother put herself out there on the Google Maps. Waving at the truck.
Hey, Pete, let me explain this fucking distinction to you right here. You didn't go to journalism school.
That's right. I didn't go to journalism school at Scratch DJ Academy, founded by Funkmaster Flex. You're right, man. You're
No,
right.
you were actually, what was his name? Booker T's cameraman. That was your claim to fame.
Yeah, that's on my IMDb. You didn't have to
I'm aware
research
of
that
that.
fucking hard.
No, I didn't have to research that too
Tell
hard.
us some
That
more
was the whole
shit that I
point.
already told every. So that's
I'm
more
not-
fame than you'll
it's not
ever
like
have.
it- I'm not interested in fame, asshole, and I've had more fame.
Well,
than
then
that.
why the fuck are you freaking out over missing a little girl's birthday party because you wanted to talk to Bunty King and Aiden Paladin?
I didn't want to talk to either one of them, and I still don't. I
Well,
just
then
told
why
you.
are you threatening to blind a kid for it, Scooby? This goes back 2 years. Just admit
But
you
I
threatened
said to him, you got to understand something. I'm going to break this down to you.
And why did you
He's
hit
not
up
shit-
Gutenberg? Why did you hit up Gutenberg, beg him to step in between you and Tom P because Tom P doxed you? You gonna do something about it, Gutenberg? Why'd you call up Tom? You know I have all these screenshots. These people send me
I
this.
know you do. I don't fucking care. You don't seem to understand this. I'm going to break it down for you really simple.
My nephew died. You don't
I
understand.
don't care about you.
By the way,
Not
60
shit to
heroin
you.
addicts died around you. You're the fucking dealer.
100 people in my fucking neighborhood died in 9/11, you asshole.
Okay. Hey,
please let him speak.
Scooby, the only reason why I've kept AP in here is because you're actually responding to him. Do you want to keep talking to AP or?
No, not particularly. Look, I already told you. I've reported this asshole. So at this point,
no, you haven't.
As far as I know, this might be actually breaking
AP
the
can
law.
get back
So
on waiting. Yep.
yeah, no, I've reported them, and that's fine.
No, sorry, that was my bad because the other two were saying, "Can you kick him?" But it was because you're responding to him, so I thought I'd leave him in.
I was doing it out of courtessy because it's your stream.
No,
Again,
that's
and
okay.
also, well, you're not in America, so I don't think you're in trouble. That's part of the reason I also didn't.
What?
He's not in America. I don't think he'd get in trouble for this. That's my whole. I'm not particularly familiar with the exact stipulations. I'd already explained that to EarJuice.
I think
so.
I'm
That's
gonna. I don't go to jail over YouTube.
I'm not sure of how it works. When you
is the
report,
stream host.
Next.
Well, and he's
based
in a
out of
different channel.
Australia, So
Yeah.
we abide by Australia law.
I'm just saying, I don't think he would have gotten in trouble for me talking to that idiot. That's part of the reason I didn't respond.
No,
to him.
it'd be fine. That
Yeah.
was
Interpol's
it's
gonna kick
okay.
your fucking
Let's bring on.
abo hut door in.
Yeah, that's it. Let's bring in the next
Feral
person.
half-caste.
This is Irving Twin.
Irving.
Irving Twin. Get a better name. You are live on EJAS. What is your question? You're gonna have to unmute, sir.
Oh, wait a minute. This motherfucker. Who is this?
It's less a question that I have for Scooby particular, but just in general, this shit is already like pushing years old. And the only reason I'm here is because my face was on some of those clips that you fucking showed. And I was there in defense of Scooby. This man and I have not spoken in a long time and not friendly for almost 2 years. Why the fuck is this still a thing? Seriously.
Hey, buddy. Hey. Oh, I know who you are. Hey, dude. Are you the guy that lives with your mom and heats your house with his oven? Please, God, tell me that's you.
Am I the guy who takes care of his mom? Yeah.
No, that heats your house with the oven.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. Okay.
Okay.
It finally clicked. It clicked.
Oh,
No,
good.
I
I'm
wasn't
glad.
sure who it
The
was.
question really is though, why the fuck is this still a thing? I don't even know.
Why-
like,
why are you
I don't
laughing
get
if
it.
you don't care about
This
it?
is a stream with as many people watching as this guy has subs, and like everything he's ever done is already 2 years old.
Why are people still laughing at him?
Oh, well, why are we
What's
having
your
a good
question
time?
exactly, Irv? What is it you
got
want to
stupid
know?
questions.
Yeah, it's
Sure,
interesting.
sure.
I can even answer
Fucking
that.
Is it though?
Oven break.
Yes. All right, you're out. Okay. Next person is pretty
punching
princesses.
No, for real though, we got that guy fell asleep, passed out drunk in a VC, and he got caught on recording. His mom waking his drunk ass up, yelling at him about having to fix the fucking.
I just wanted to know if he fixed the battery in his sister's house, in his sister's
This is going way worse.
That's the question. There's no other question. That's it. did you finally replace the battery in the smoke detector?
How many more gaslighters you got lined up here?
I don't know. There's probably.
I didn't ask you any questions, Cuck. I was talking to Scoop.
He actually was asking me about a fucking battery and a smoke detector.
Yes, he wants to know, have you put a new battery in your smoke alarm? That's what he wants to know. Yes or no? I booted.
Yeah, but it's not a smoke alarm. It's a carbon monoxide, so it just keeps beeping. That's what it does.
That's why it was continuously.
No, that's not what it just does.
That's not what it does.
It's an older one.
The older one
doesn't
make any sense.
Yeah. All right, we got.
It's like it's illegal to have PTSD in New York or some shit.
We're gonna do two more. Dick Daddy Foster, I don't think asked one or saying went wrong, so we're gonna try again. Dick Daddy Foster, welcome.
Hi, can you guys hear me this time?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. So, as a former friend of Scooby, I just want to ask, first and foremost, Scooby, are you doing okay? Like, legitimately, are you seeking some kind of help? Because I've known you for a lot longer than a lot of the people here, and I know that the stuff that you've been doing over the past 2 years, this is not you, man. You do not turn your back on your friends.
You're breaking up a little bit, Foster.
Foster, I only heard like half of what you just said.
I'm asking you if you're seeking professional help.
Why would I be seeking professional help?
Because I know you. I know that what you've been doing over the past 2 years is uncharacteristic of you. You are not the same Scooby that I knew or first met way back when, however long ago it was. You have definitely gone through some sort of decay.
Decay? Mental decay. That's very nice of you to say, Foster. Thank you. Would this mental decay be related to, I don't know, you started getting basically threats at first, and when we were trying to help you, clear your name because you were labeled a doxer. Look, I understand you're going through a lot of social pressure, but we went out on a limb to try to get you cleared, man. And I'm just saying to you, I haven't changed. I do have a lot of things going on in my personal life, but I had a lot of things going on in my personal life when I first started talking to you.
No. I'm just talking about like the stuff that you've flat out made up.
Oh, what have I made up?
I'm talking about the Thanksgiving incident that you forgot to mention on this stream.
What Thanksgiving incident?
That sounds interesting.
The Thanksgiving instrument. Oh my God. Thanksgiving incidents. So Scooby hit me up a while back, a couple months ago, and I don't know if he's ever told this story to anybody else.
No, it's just a story though, so.
I'm sorry. I will keep it very brief. Evidently, supposedly, the people from around the neighborhood actually pulled him out of his house, threw him in the back of a van, and started asking for names.
Car.
You said it was a van. Whatever. I don't care.
I thought it was. Did I say a van or a car? I thought it was a car, but okay, van. We'll go with van. Whatever, Foster. Continue.
What are you changing the story, man?
I don't remember. I could have sworn it was. I told him a car, but if I told him a van, I told him a van.
And then you just flip flopped and went with his story.
The point of this is that you said earlier on in this stream that you did not mention this to anybody, and there was a very good reason for that. You said that was to keep everybody from getting involved in it. So was that a made-up incident or not?
No, I didn't mention it to anybody, and I'm not going to give too much information here, but the person who had a hand in that is a blood relative, and the word got to them about what's going on, and they wanted to know what the fuck was going on. So I got pulled to the side and questioned, and that's what that was. All right, Foster?
I thought you got tossed in a fucking trunk.
Thanks, Foster.
No, not a trunk. Just into the
Thank
back
you so
seat.
much.
That's all. You're welcome, Foster.
All right, we've got Dispatch is asking good questions, so I was going to get him on, but we do have Trippy Poop, so and he has been.
I'll answer his question. I don't feel like talking to the prick. I'll answer his question.
All right.
There's the prick. Naturally, can you toss him? I don't want to talk to the prick. Thank you.
What?
No, I said I talked to AP, but I won't talk to this prick, and that's saying a lot about Trippy. So.
Sorry, you were going to continue. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to answer his question. He wrote in the side chat here, did you ever get that boxing training? I never. He says he wins. Unfortunately, Trippy, I'm not on camera, so you got nothing to jerk off to. Basically,
I thought you said you weren't going to name them.
Whoops. So anyway, and Tennessee Marine says massive coward. Yes, but I can get on to the adult rides and great adventure. Now, if I may continue.
Please.
He asked me if I ever got that boxing training. What I specifically had told Trippy was, when I first started doing this, a few of these people, you know, they go, oh, you're a pussy, you're a faggot, you're a coward, you're a this, you're a... So I told them that, okay, you can come here. And I got a friend. He was the welterweight champ at one point. He used to work at the bar as a bouncer. And he has a gym up over in Northport. So I told him, I said, look, you can come out here. We'll go out to the gym. We can step in the ring and put on the gloves if you have a problem. There'll be a referee. It's legit. I said, you guys all seem to like to film things and do your super chats. I said, film it, stream it, and keep the money. I said, I don't want a fucking dime. I said, if you really want to sit here and do this, I said, we can do this. And that was the extent of it. So it wasn't that I was going for boxing training. I was specifically saying I had access to the gym if any of them really felt it was necessary to step in the ring. Only because they kept over, well, you're a pussy, you're a coward. Okay, fine, then step in the ring with me. You're going to keep calling me a pussy and a coward, step in the ring with me. That was basically it.
Okay,
I'm just letting you know, EarJuice, I'm starting to lose my voice here.
No. We got one last question, and then we're going to wrap it up. So the last one's Dispatch because he asks actual questions. Dispatch, you are back on. EJAS, what is your final question for the stream?
Yeah. So earlier on in the stream, you were kind of upset when one of your close friends turned out to have lied to you about who he was and what all he was doing, basically. But throughout this entire stream, you provided examples where you yourself have lied or been disingenuous about either your intentions or your actions about somebody. So how do you not view it hypocritical for you to actually lie about, saying that you're with like the Hells Angels when you were...
Huh? I never said I was with the Hells Angels.
He didn't say that.
I never said... Yeah.
Retarded buddy did.
I never said I was a Hells Angel. Sorry. It looks like you built that all up, too. Sorry for it to come crashing down like that. I mean, you had a hell of a...
Okay.
Well, it's so fucking retarded, it's hard to tell you apart.
Do you view it important? You view it as important to, like, report people to, like, the authorities, clearly, since you were reporting people to the FBI.
So if you think one of us is in cahoots with these people, why
but how come when you were surrounded with so many people on heroin, you didn't seek out any way to get them help or report them to the authorities?
Why did you narc on them? You could have been fucking...
You could have been saving lives.
No, you would have been charged with the same crime.
Let me ask you something.
Didn't help him. It's murder.
Do any of you own a narco kit?
To not report somebody for breaking the law, Scooby.
Do any of you own a narco kit? Any of you?
It is against the law in the state of New York to not report somebody for breaking the law.
The question goes to you too, Fanny Pack. Do you own a narco kit?
No, because I don't hang out with fucking junkies.
Okay.
My dad is
live in a heroin den.
So yeah, I'm familiar with what you're saying. I know.
All right.
Sorry. I know
you go and you. My point is that you're talking about me not being concerned. I went and took the class, and I have the narco kit. So if somebody overdoses, you give the injection directly to the heart to keep it going. It's an injection that you give them. That way they don't die in your arms. When I find that
stabbing people in the heart, adrenaline shots.
Why would you give him fucking Narcan?
What is this fucking Pulp Fiction? Get out of here, you lying fucking LARP
fucking retard,
Thanks,
dude. You give him Narcan. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
All right.
You're so foolish. You carrying around giant needles with adrenaline.
People's ass.
Get it,
Scooby.
Scooby. Why aren't you reporting these awful law breakers?
No, I'm just saying to you. I'm asking you, do any of you have a narco kit?
Is it not illegal in the state of New York, according to you, sir?
You've never. Let me ask you.
Hey, motherfucker! I'm in the middle of asking you a question.
Uh-huh.
Do not report somebody for breaking the law, Scooby.
Yeah. What's your point? Yeah. What's your point?
Why haven't you been locked up for not fucking narking on all your junky friends?
Hey, asshole! Who the fuck said I never called the police? You did. I never got a chance to answer. You've been sitting here going on and on and honing.
You let him die, you piece of shit.
Okay, enough with this.
All right, you know what, Stretch? I really hope you get cancer. You hear me, Stretch? I hope you get cancer, and I hope you get it over and over again. I hope it keeps going into remission, and I hope that it drains you. And I hope you live a long time with multiple cancers.
Slip in your
All
lube
right?
and fucking crack your head, you gay piece of shit. Go fuck yourself. I hope somebody calls your mother and threatens to rape her, you fucking weirdo.
And I hope you outlive everybody
Just
that
tell
you
them
love.
it's just a
Stretch.
promise. It's a
You
promise.
can
I'm
die
gonna rape your
alone
mom. It's
for
not
all
a
I'm
threat.
concerned.
It's a promise.
Die alone.
It's a
Die
promise.
alone with no one
It's
there.
a promise. Look at these
Hey,
bugs. We got them in the
you're going to
neighborhood.
outlive everybody you
Look at
love
these
by at least
bugs.
50 years.
And these
okay?
dildos in my furry
And you're
tail.
going to be a cancer-ridden hermit. That's your fate. Okay?
Says the nigger living in the heroin den. All these fucking junkies
The
around.
heroin den!
Piece of shit.
Let me ask you, is there more than 30 people in your city, asshole? Fucking bumpkin. Nah, go get cancer and die alone up in the backwoods. Do yourself a favor, Stretch.
Go bury another 150 people when the next hurricane fucking hits your slum.
You know they're not mad when they tell you to kill yourself.
Right.
Oh. You're a faggot.
Alrighty.
Go die.
Over and over.
Go
and over.
die.
I am trying.
I got a narco
so
kid.
hard
I'll be stabbing him in
to
the
not
heart.
threaten your life right now, Stretch. I can't fucking believe it.
I hope they don't cut my fingers off.
Great.
I hope they do.
We oh, no. We're gonna go. This could go on for another half hour if we really wanted.
The fucking people in the neighborhood when they hear the shit you've been saying.
The EarJuice, if these guys want to go on, just let them go and run their fantasy world.
I'm gonna go get another faggot.
I'll run my fucking fantasy wherever the fuck I want.
Run
bitch.
some more niggers through your old lady, you fucking cuck.
Go catch some fucking gonorrhea out that.
Yeah,
nasty
you tested
hole.
every 3 months because your fat old lady's fucking every nigger in town.
You know,
Go
I
fuck
gotta tell you,
yourself,
man,
loser.
I think you would probably have a better show if you got rid of these two troglodytes, bro. Seriously, I think
Troglodytes?
you
This is
you
the
would-
troglodytes you
No,
lied about not
seriously.
getting on a girl's birthday stream, you goofy bitch.
You
Oh, whatever.
Faggot.
You
get literally 150 people laughing in your fucking face.
Come to the
You
mother
fucking
of
idiot.
all rallies, people.
Yeah, I think we're really wasting our
Chad, I've
breath.
come here.
I know. Look, I like EarJuice and I like Jeff. These other two fucking retards. I mean,
I know.
And we are going to wrap it up anyway. We do have 2 more donations.
Come
Let's
on,
go through
Juice.
them. And
Get a couple licks in, motherfucker. Have some fun.
You know you want to call him a faggot.
I don't need to. I got
who? Me? No, I don't call people that.
Alright, you guys want to run your mouths? Go right ahead.
All right, I'm gonna go.
You're gonna send the Hells Angels after me? Nobody can hear you, Burnside, because you're echoing, you fucking idiot.
35-year-old virgins sitting here making fun of us. One guy with a fanny pack and some other guy who lives behind an outhouse.
Dipshit. Clean the shit out of your ears. How many times I gotta tell you they don't make one my fucking size?
All right, well, you're using a JanSport sideways one. Whatever you're doing, F.
I mean, maybe if you're nice, you can put some tail in your one.
Back around my fucking balls.
Oh, boy. Wow.
All right,
That's a little
2
bit too
more.
much information.
2 more
I don't think
donations.
that any spank these guys hard enough, man.
I'm gonna have to.
Or maybe
mute
too
myself
hard,
in a
huh?
minute. All right, I'm gonna read out the donations. All right, Scooby the Undertaker donated $1. Keep laughing, oh no, we already read that. Whoops, sorry. Shenanigans donated $10. So I have an actual question for Scooby. Dude, it sounds like you're a grandparent. Why the hell are you wasting time on the internet? P.S.
41.
I don't give nudes to morons.
Her husband must be asking her often then.
There you go.
Oh, that was great. That was well worth the $10. That was actually funny.
That was pretty good. Now, I did forget. I have forgetting to play the little animation. So here's an animation for all the donations that were received.
I'm acting super paranoid right now.
Dancing around.
I'm a fraud.
Into the vagina. Thank you for everybody that donated. And thanks Scooby, Terra, and Burnside for coming on. It was great talking to you. It was great going through all of
No,
this.
it was not.
Yeah, it was a pleasure, EarJuice.
Yeah, it seems like your two cult members over here are having a good old time.
Yeah, man.
God, your echo is
I mean,
ridiculous.
they should really burn this
Figure
onto a
out
DVD.
Discord. You helpless faggot. God, you
right next to
echoed the
each other.
whole fucking time. Nobody can hear what you're saying,
And you
dipshit.
still love asking me a whole bunch of questions and saying
Nobody
it's
asked
just
you shit. We
do
repeatedly told you to
yourself
shut
a
the fuck
favor.
up all night.
Go
Cuck.
ahead
Cuck.
and burn this on DVD. And
Beat it, cuck. Beat it, cuck.
Fuck out of here, faggot.
Scooby, is there any last words? Or Tara, have you got any last words for the chat and people before?
Gonorrhea.
Yeah, EarJuice, thank you for having me on. I appreciate your help. Jeff, I think you're a great guy. I feel bad for you both for being stuck with Tweedledee and Tweedledum, but I mean, look, bro, if having these two retards on gets you views, more power to you. Seriously.
No, well, they provide the entertainment. I just ask the questions and do all the preps. Tara, thank you.
So it's kind of like bomb fights.
Juice lines them up, we knock them down.
No, that's not. That's a
With our narco kits, we stab them in the heart.
Tara, thank you for
They don't
coming
use Narcan
on.
in New York.
Jeff, thank you for being here. You didn't really say much.
How many giant fucking needles of adrenaline do you have?
Yeah, I stick them in my balls.
Jeff, heaven stretch, you can't even get a word in with you two. Shut the fuck up. I'm just
Come
gonna
on,
go
this
down.
is too I've held my tongue this whole fucking stream, you fucking dickhead. Don't.
Alright, and the last donation that we have is from AP, donated $3. Please ask Burnside how AP could harass him without ever contacting him, and let everyone know episode 5, The Gimpire Strikes Cuck, is coming soon with the information. Well, I can't sadly ask him because go back in there, listen to this.
Sad faggot.
Fucking butt plug wearing fur fag.
That's all we're gonna get at this point. We'll see how long those two stay in there and keep copping the abuse. But anyway, let's just do it one more time.
Oh, good.
Just keep going. It just keeps going.
I got all fucking day.
Hickory,
I'm sure you do.
I'm sure you
You probably have nothing else to do.
Oh, look at, I like this jug.
I'm ending the stream, by the way. I'm going to play a song out. And so I'm going deaf. Thanks, guys, for everybody else that came on. Thank you for all the call-ins. It's been great. That was good fun.
Burnside's a cuck. His old lady fucks niggers.
It's true.
Jeff, it was a pleasure. Have fun with
Kill
your
yourself,
virgin.
Scooby. You're a piece of shit. Nobody cares about you.
I'll talk to you after, Scooby. Alright.
No, he ran.
Dispatch, you're back in, by the way. If you got any last words, I'm gonna go. Just gotta get the song up and running. Where the bloody hell's the song?
Shit.
Oh, that was fun. I enjoyed that. That was good.
I held my tongue for so long. I was having to mute to not laugh.
I almost had a fucking
he was so
aneurysm.
full of shit. EarJuice,
I almost
come
had an
on.
aneurysm.
Those were blatant fucking lies. Not a single fucking person other than the cuck and the fat girl believed that shit. Okay?
They don't even believe it. I was losing my shit. I swear to God, EarJuice, I was losing my shit.
Okay, let's go through this. If I sat there and was just laughing my ass off and not just asking the right questions,
We wouldn't have heard it.
Wouldn't have gotten
We wouldn't
to
have
those
heard it.
points. It would have just been you two going off.
Oh no, you needed to do what you did, but I have no idea how you kept it together because I was fucking about to punch a hole in my
It's because
monitor.
I've heard it all before. I heard a lot of
This is why we sent you into Kitty first. You've been trained.
There you go. Well, I'm gonna play a
trained
Kitty
to listen
song
to hours
on
of
the way out.
bullshit.
EarJuice is the
I miss
tard
UA.
whisperer.
UA, come back, please.
I know. Dealing with these fucking retards.
Yeah, I would much rather. Come on, UA is so much cooler than
UA,
Scooby,
your
dude.
stories were so much more believable. Please. Holy fuck.
Everybody's in. I'm gonna end this. I meant to end this song.
I can't do my fucking whole like upper body hurts from laughing. Holy shit.
Dude,
Scooby
my
told me to
fucking
die
brain
like
is
4
gonna
times.
rupture.
I thought
You know
had
they're
to
to-
pop back in.
You know they're not mad when they're telling you to die.
Boys. Meet Scooby. Did everyone meet Scooby? Did everyone meet my friend Scooby?
Oh,
tonight?
I've had my fucking fill, dude. Holy.
Oh, okay. Now you know what I go through to make those documentaries, man. Episode 5, The Gimpire Strikes Cuck. coming soon. After party over on the Adonis Paul live channel. You guys did wonderfully. I don't know, EarJuice. I don't think this is how you intended for it to go down, but how long did you expect to have to listen to that shit?
Absolutely fucking did.
How long did you expect these poor men? About
I
that
lasted
that's what he
twice
did.
as fucking long as he expected me to.
Yeah, I know. He lasted a lot longer than what I thought. So
They would just admit to shit they were denying. They'd be like, I ain't never threatened nobody. I just told him to go fuck himself and fucking kill
I
him.
wasn't actually gonna kill him. I was just gonna set him on fire for a second.
Maybe put
And
him
I
out.
put him out.
Fucking threat if it doesn't end in death.
This guy.
He told somebody to fucking sodomize themselves with a fucking lamp pole or some shit.
A
What
lamp
the
pole
fuck,
the size
dude?
of a fourth
Burnside
grader.
got
Okay,
cocked.
what sizing metric is that?
I can't even think properly. I've been laughing so hard for 3 hours, dude. This
I
is
couldn't do anything but laugh.
Gonorrhea.
She just comes out here like, okay, I don't have to clap. Here's what happened. Your boy Pat came in my ass, and it grew in my ass, but it didn't sink in. And then he fucked me again and took it back. Oh,
Her pussy's Teflon coated or some shit.
3 months.
He only caught it. He only caught it. He caught it
Oh,
from the whore he fucked when he was 18.
Wait.
But it activated with my raunchy fucking ass.
Go get your STD test. They can just magically manifest in your system. You need to go get tested and make sure you don't have an STD.
That's right. There was
yourself an STD.
Scooby's theory was STDs are in your fucking DNA, and you just gotta fuck your way through the chess game of life and just hope you don't stumble across someone with matching STDs to activate the monster. Fuck bodily fluids and mucous membranes. It's in your DNA, boy.
How do you not give it to the person you're getting cucked by? Oh wait, maybe you're not having sex with them.
Well, he was. Terra Synn is the only fat white woman so nasty, not even a black guy will fuck her. She's got to fuck her in the ass.
She doesn't let him fuck her in the ass.
I'm saving my pussy for
that's only for the
Burnside.
fucking
Fuck my
knob.
ass.
She can open tin cans with her teeth.
Jesus Christ.
The cuckery, dude. Boys, you've done a wonderful job tonight with this presentation. Just want to say thank you. This has been informative and stimulating. And
Awesome.
I'll catch you guys later.
well,
Thank you.
AP, you're all good
Yes, sir.
for follow-up stuff, and I will chat to you, I guess. It's
Oh,
been
yes,
nice
I'll
meeting
be-
you, because I haven't talked to you before.
That's right. I just know. I should have introduced myself properly, but we've been in each other's chats. It's been nice talking to you, but these other guys I have later.
No worries. So,
Peace.
all right, guys. I'm gonna
Holy
end
shit,
it.
I'm tired.
I will be deaf. Are you guys hanging around afterwards? Otherwise, I'll just.
Yeah, I'll be around for a minute.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I'll
deaf.
be around.
Thanks.
Bye, chat.
Bye, chat.
Love you, chat.
All right. This time we're gonna go. Sorry, I keep doing that, don't I? Where I try to end it and it just doesn't end. But that was good. That was good. AP and that are chatting to us in DMs. They're not too upset by the sounds of it. Anyway, let's go out with a song from Kitty Styles, where because Scooby does like to spurg out, but he does it in text. What we really need is audio, so we can cut that up and make really cool songs with it. Anyway, this is Kitty Styles. I Will Shit on You. It's been a pleasure, guys. Have a good one.
You understand? You messed with the wrong person. I will shit fury till you fucking get it. I will shit on you. I will shit fury. I will shit on you. I will shit fury. Shit on you. I will shit on you.
Awesome. Next week we're doing a breakdown on the stream. We're going to have a bit of new audio, just going over a few things. We also got a new music stream coming up. It is late nights though. It's with Skull Kid, 1 a.m. Wednesday nights CST. Until then, see you later.